Well, 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 well.
Well.
If it isn't the 5th of July. What's up, brother? How you doing? Well, I just saw you backstage. I know you're doing well. So here we are, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. It's Wednesday, and can you hear me just fine? You look like a deer in headlights here.
Yeah, I hear you fine.
All right. So what's up, everybody? Thanks for joining us. NRB popping in this time, I promise. He reassured me. He should be here in a few minutes, and we're going to get this party started. I appreciate everybody joining us tonight. It's been a crazy week. It's been a short week for us here in the States. We just had the day off yesterday, obviously, because of the 4th of July. Happy 4th, happy 5th, I guess, to those that celebrate the 5th, whatever that means. Hey, UK, I'm sorry. You guys lost, man. Don't be sore losers. I'm just kidding. But we're going to be talking about a lot of things tonight. Obviously, this is Wednesday night, so we get to talk about whatever I want to talk about. Right? Is that right, Chris?
Yeah.
All right. But in all seriousness, we're going to be talking about things going on in the crypto space, things going on in the political space, if it goes in that direction, and it's all tied. You know, guys, it's all related. And just and God nugget, I'm gonna prove to you guys we didn't land on the moon. Of course, I've already done that many times, and So I guess I got to prove. And there's that one guy out there like Greek. He doesn't believe it. Yeah. Greek's the guy that has the when he's in his bedroom. I don't know this as a fact. He told me. He
Whoa!
told me. But when
It's
he's laying
early to
down,
go there, man.
when he's laying down, he says he put the little glow in the dark stars on the ceiling. So because he gets scared, and so because he loves space that much. I'm just kidding. He's probably
You had me
pissed.
worried there for a minute.
Yeah, no. I had to make sure I preface that. Like I was told.
I was like,
I don't know. I believe that this is where the belief is the enemy of knowing scenario. I don't know as a fact. I just believe what he told me. But other than that, what's up, everybody? Yeah, in fact, Greek says, "Yep, he loves it. I know you love space, man. You talk about it all the time, bro. I mean, look at all the tats you got. It's Star Wars. Well, I love Star Wars too, but
okay, all right. We're gonna settle this right now.
all right, good.
Star Wars or Star Trek, or if you're really a geek, Stargate.
Oh God, what's next? Deep Space Nine. Man, get the freaking guys. It's Star Wars. It's Star Wars. Let's just get that straight. All right. I'm sorry, guys. We had a 60s
Star Wars.
We had a 60s moment. See, Star Trek was in the 60s. Star Wars was in the 70s. I was born in the 70s, late 70s. So that's where this comes from. Now, I will say this: Star Wars, on the other hand, Star Trek. What I do appreciate about Star Trek was it was one of the longest running freaking shows ever, right? I think, and but they definitely did a great job at keeping people entertained. It was great entertainment, and then of course it moved on to the big screen. I don't think Star Wars could have done that. It's only so much you can do with lightsabers.
Well, you know what the problem with Star Wars was, and I like Star Trek because there was way more content, a lot of things, a lot of stuff. I was entertained a lot more with what they did, but with Star Wars is they just went so damn long between the times they made their movies, and then so much changed in the world and all that, and so many different things that it was like the last group of ones that they did. I wasn't a big fan of them. I mean, they were okay.
Oh God, I don't think anybody was a fan of those. Yeah,
but so much had changed that it was like the storylines were, they're intertwined to the old things, and it was kind of like they're recapturing the first three.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a recycled story. Now you got a New Hope, I guess, which was supposed to be what's her name, Ray or somebody. But I'll tell you where I lost it in that. When the last Star Wars came out with those last three, I like the idea of what was his name, the Sith Lord in there, Kilo. I have his freaking helmet. I forget his name. Anyways, but I remember when what's her name, Princess Leia. Okay, now she's like, I don't know, the president or the governor or whatever she is. She's got power now, and now it's obvious she's the sister of Luke, and she's got the Force. Whenever the ship blew up, all right, and now she gets sucked out the window. She's floating in space.
Kylo Ren. Teddy One put it in there. Teddy One, I saw your comment about old. Okay, so let's just.
He saw it, but it took him a while to say it because he's old.
Let's just stop.
But Kylo Ren, right? Yeah, Kylo. I mean, I liked him in the first one. Then he got kind of like, yeah, whatever. But it made no sense. However, I did like. What I didn't like is when what was her name? Princess Leia or Leia. She gets sucked out the freaking cockpit of the big starship, and now she's floating in space. And then she somehow miraculously uses the Force to. Well, I think they do a track. Well, not maybe she does it. Or
she does it. She pulls herself back.
Is that what she's doing? See, it was so ridiculous. Right? Yeah. Okay. The point is this. So this whole time she's got all this power, right? And she, I mean, what you couldn't save your planet. I mean, what the hell's going on here? Point is that it was just too much. Like it was a horrible story, And then I don't know. And then you had the last one where Kylo Ren and Rey. They joined forces at the end, and it was ridiculous, man. I mean,
yeah, and some of it I did, but see, my point of view is that I guess it's just because I'm old. But anyway,
we can all agree to that.
When the first group of Star Wars movies came out, Darth Vader would like scared the shit out of me, and I don't think Kylo Ren did that to the younger generation now. So I like Adam
He
Driver.
was
I think
like
he's a great, and he was a Marine, so I think he's great actor. I'm a
he's a
fan of
good
him.
character actor. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's pretty
he was
diverse.
great.
One thing the problem I had with Kylo Ren is when he's got his mask on, you know, he sounds freaking wicked, like
Yeah.
and then he takes it off. He's like, "Hey man, don't be talking to my sister." It's like,
Yeah.
"What the fuck just happened, man?" It's like,
He's like your kid
Can we
in your
get some-
basement that's been.
"Can we get some James Earl Jones up in this house?" You know what I mean?
I was like, whoa, hey,
Like
how
he
you
sucked
doing?
on helium. Like, what the hell's going on?
He
man?
reminded me of Keanu Reeves in that movie, the stoner guys. Well, dude, where's my car?
Oh, not even that. No, Bill and Ted's. He's like,
Bill and Ted.
he's like Kylo Ren with his helmet on. He's like, you know,
What's up, bro?
yeah. He's like, I'm gonna kill you, or whatever. You know, the Force. Where's Luke? And he takes it off. He's like, bro, dude, what's going on?
Bro, seriously, man. Like, listen to me. What I'm saying.
That was pretty funny, man. That's a pretty good analogy. But yeah, I remember that, man. Hey, I wanted to love the movies, but I couldn't.
But don't get me wrong. I mean, I would still buy them and watch them. It wasn't that bad. These latest like Marvel movies and stuff, and the stuff that it's like Marvel. I'm just so superhero fatigue, man. I don't really. I used to when I was younger. I was like, why don't they do more? They did a Batman one, and I was like, oh my god, that was a great movie. Why don't they do more superhero? I mean, now I'm like, stop doing this superhero movies.
So when I got married, I'd go to my in-laws' house. They had cable, right? And I mean, I think everyone's got cable. If not, it's supposed to. Well, actually, it's supposed to be ad-free. But for whatever reason, that my in-laws, they would just kick the TV on. You know, whatever's on. Everybody's just talking and stuff. And whatever station they put it on, first of all, there was commercials, right? It wasn't like they were watching like HBO where you just get a movie. You know, I can't. If there's a commercial in a movie, I'm done. I'm sorry, I'm out.
Yeah.
I don't do that. I've never watched a movie. That's just the most annoying thing. I can't stand commercials. But they'd be so. As I began to go visit she's my girlfriend at the time. I'm getting to know the family. Yeah, we'll go watch.
You mean your very, very, very young girlfriend at the time?
Well, yeah, one too many berries in there, but yes.
We
yes,
established that your wife is just a tad bit younger than you.
a tad. Well,
Just a smidgen.
well, to you, she'd be still a baby, right? I mean,
I look at your wife as being my daughter. So let me tell you, young man, let me give you some rules. I'm just kidding.
yeah, I'm here for your daughter, Chuck. One of those. Hey, man, that's later in the day, man. We'll talk about that later in the night.
Yeah,
but-
yeah. I need more bourbon before we get there.
yeah. But man, come on, man. She's not that young. I'm just not that old, you know. But yeah, she's pretty young.
She's young, and I bet she keeps you in line. I can tell because every once in a while you sound like going off the rails, and then like I hear you like just came back from talking to your wife, and you seem more reasonable. So
She absolutely keeps me in line. She keeps me. You know, one thing is men in life, or men and just humans in general. But you know, it's me. I'm a man because that's why I can speak as for men, and you know, at least the kind of man that I am. Is I need purpose in life. I have to have something. I don't need something to do. I need something to do it for.
right.
And having you know, I'm very blessed to have my wife, and you know, I have purpose. I mean, I had purpose when I was married before, and my daughters and all that stuff. But I was just working so much, Chris. I mean, I was aimlessly just work. You know, buying Bitcoin is all I was doing. And then I just realized when I met her, and one thing I love about her and her family is they are so. Everything's about the family. They get together all the time, and that was kind of new to me. But yeah, I learned a lot. I've learned a lot in the last few years since we've been married. Well,
Wait, I interrupt you. What were you talking about with the commercials and everything about?
Oh yeah. So we're over there. I'm I sit down on the couch. They kick on. It's like the Avengers. I'm like, I guess I'll watch a Marvel movie. I mean, no one's perfect, right? I mean,
Right.
you know, all right. But I'm here for my wife, well, girlfriend, soon to be fiance at the time. So I'm like, I'll bear the Avengers because who wants to watch that shit, right? So I'm sitting there watching it, and it's like, oh, I forgot how that's actually pretty entertaining. You know, they got some good jokes and everything. It's like 2.5 minutes into it, then bam, commercial. What the hell just happened? You know, it's like 5 minutes of commercials, and then boom, then you get another.
Oh yeah.
And then you get another 2 minutes of the movie, and I'm like, I remember seeing the movie commercial free, so I'm like, and they're like, oh, we love this movie, and I'm like, you guys have missed half the movie because you've been watching commercials, which they never really understood that. But one of the things that I hate about the commercials or that whole this is talking about the whole, you're all superheroed out.
Mhm.
Right after the Avengers movie would come out, then they'd play another one. There was like every day it was just DC, Marvel, nothing but superhero movies on just about every other channel. And I'm going, man, what's up with that? I mean, and like talk about oversaturating, there's a
Yeah.
reason for it, obviously, but I was just like, okay, I'm done with superhero movies. I mean, in a year, I think I've watched every one of them at least 10 times. Was there like 18 Avenger movies, right? So
Yeah.
yeah. And I
Well,
was
the
just like,
problem that I have with it is I used to read the comic books, graphic novels. Back when I was a kid, we called them comic books, and nobody was offended by that. But I guess now that's
you can't say graphic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Gra-
anyway,
Graphic novels actually
Yeah.
is the word that I use for DC stories.
Right.
Yeah, but go ahead.
between DC and Marvel, they have so many characters, and so many fun ones. And Iron Man, they picked Iron Man, a few of them said, but there are so many good characters that they just do not put movies, don't do movies with them. So it's like, so I get tired of they rehash the old ones and all that stuff. So,
Oh snap!
what's up,
man.
buddy?
God dang! I honestly, bro, I didn't think you were gonna show up. I'm just gonna be honest with you. No, I'm joking. What's up, brother? Good to see you.
What's
Good to
your
see
shirt
you,
say?
gentlemen.
Defund what?
Defund banks.
There you go.
That's what I'm
Defund
talking
banks. Yeah.
Become your own bank.
about. Guys,
go.
bank run. Hell yeah, dude.
What's
There
that?
you go.
The problem is
that
that
beer run?
you can't even do it because 10 people go and they're out of cash already. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like,
Exactly.
y'all didn't know that, did y'all? Yeah.
I did. I did. Many, many times.
All right. So what's up, buddy? How you been, man?
Same
You're
old,
busy?
brother. Same old. Just life is just busy, man. There's never enough time in a day, and even when you try to make the most of every minute, every second, man, it's like where does it go? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. Hey,
yeah.
where can you buy that shirt?
What's that?
Where can you buy that shirt?
I think I want to say I found it on Amazon, if I'm not mistaken. I can let me look. I'll shoot you the link.
Well,
yeah.
Wise Choice Money. I would like the shirt too, but Wise Choice Money is one that asked.
Cool.
them
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
But most important, bro, I love that new tag, bro. In our legend, property flexion.
Yeah,
I just
man.
noticed that. Hell yeah, dude. I'll be right back. I gotta change mine.
You can
Yeah.
steal it. Go ahead, brother. You can steal it.
We're gonna have some polos, some property flex, some
Yep.
shirts and those types of things. You know how Milky is.
Yeah, I have some designs actually sitting in the back of the Vulcan merch store, kind of sitting in the background. So all I have to do is make them live, and we'll be ready to go.
Cool.
Yeah, man. I like your shirt as well, there, Crypto.
Oh yeah, essential.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
man.
it is the essential.
Yeah, man.
Sure.
No doubt. No
Yeah.
doubt.
If you don't have one of these, it's because you don't want one of these. That's the bottom line. That's all it is.
Or
There you go. There you
Yeah.
go.
or you didn't know about it.
Or you do. Well, now you do. Now you do.
There you go.
Yeah,
So
man.
it's been a crazy. I mean, I know we're already in the first week of July. June was like? What the?
Yeah, it's like, where did it go, man? Where it happened to June? Yeah. I
Yeah,
agree.
I'm
I agree,
glad
brother.
June's behind us, man. Now
Yeah.
we're moving into July, and I mean, the year's just going by pretty quickly, man. We're already in the third quarter already.
Yeah, man. Hopefully we get a blockchain launching.
Yeah, it's third quarters. Yeah,
You know, I don't think I can honestly say you're not going to see them launch any of the blockchains. Like I said, Kyoto, Vulcan, none of them till after the summer.
I agree.
Earliest September. I've been in some backroom meetings,
September.
and a lot of them are just like, historically, summer's a bad time to launch. People are on vacation, they're spending money elsewhere. Then you have back to school, all that kind of stuff, and they're not going to launch until minimally September. So look, September, October, but you also don't want to get too close to Christmas either. So I'm thinking September, October. That's when we'll see some of these blockchains coming out, and hopefully we have Prism coming out. I know we had the one little issue that we've been working on.
Mhm. It is a small issue, but
yeah,
but it
yeah.
definitely needs to. It's an important one.
That it is.
yeah.
That it is. So we're still not. I know we've been saying it, but we're not too far off.
Mhm.
we certainly didn't want. We probably shouldn't have said, well, when we said it a while ago, that we thought we were closer than we were. However, we are still so very close. But again, it's you change one thing, it changes everything. And
yeah, I think we were ready to launch, and then
yeah,
we were like, oh wait, let's add this. We're like,
yeah.
And the dev was like, oh, we can do that, but he's like, that's gonna, you realize I got to go and
right.
like
change all
everything.
Of this.
Yeah.
Almost back to the drawing board for some of the things that we wanted to institute. So,
but it's all about scalability. When we added, the changes we made was we were thinking, it was just for scalability, like because of just the things, and we're thinking about, of course, down the road. We don't want to have to go and come out with a fork or anything like, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, we don't want to have to be like, oh crap, we should have done this. So we're just do it right, do it once. And I think the difference between what we're doing and other blockchains is we're funding this out of pocket. Right. And we're not.
Well, that's the good thing. We're not holding anybody's money. We haven't had a sacrifice. There's nobody going. People aren't sitting there biting their fingernails waiting for us to launch, trying to get their money out of it. So,
and that's why we're okay taking our time, do it right, do it once. And I think that's how they all should have been moving. Retrospectively, I think that's how all should do this. It's great to get the community involved and crowdfund and all that, but and then you just kind of get, you have to try to carry the sentiment all the way to the finish line, and it's hard, man. People are people, right? Things happen, and it is what it is. Life changes.
And if it's going to go wrong, it's going to go wrong.
It doesn't go wrong for you. It goes wrong for you. Everybody holding the bag, right? Yeah.
Yeah, man.
But in our case, it's just a couple of us, right? That it's our internal decision. So yeah, I agree with that point.
Yeah, and I think we did. I guess you could call it. I guess we got a little overzealous with a lot of the bells and whistles and just things we wanted to integrate into the blockchain. So that oh well, let's add this. Oh well, let's add that. And I mean, you get four guys plus the devs input, and you can get quite a list of things you want to include. So it's it kind of ran away from us at one point. I remember sitting back, and I think we had the conversation, Crypto, and I'm like, we just we're putting a lot into this thing, and just it got bigger and bigger and big. It's like a balloon, man. You just just bigger and bigger, and it's like, okay, wow. So
definitely bigger than what we anticipated. Like I think if we had launched, I would say we're on version 3 right now. A version, when we first
maybe
started.
even 4.
Yeah.
Maybe
if we had launched version 1, it would have been nice, but we'd have been like,
we'd have been changing stuff. We'd have been So
I got you. No, that's a good point.
Yeah, man. So hang in there, guys. Hang in there. Prism's coming. It's going to be awesome when it does. Trust me. And I assume once Prism comes out, I assume we'll be seeing a lot more at TCL.
Oh yeah. He's definitely. You're not seeing him because he is working on that, and living life.
But I mean, I know that he's working on something very awesome and great. It's great for him, the community, all that kind of stuff. But when it launches, I mean, you really think we're going to see him? I mean, he's so busy now, and it kind of really sucks.
I think I don't know how much more of it, but you'll see more of him.
I hope so, because I'm missing
him. Well, you figure he's got 2 little ones as well. He started a new job.
I mean, he needs to really start prioritizing me and the people in the community more.
I agree.
I mean, this is ridiculous. I mean, taking care of creating a blockchain and taking care of his family.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
And working. What the hell?
Married, what the hell's wrong with the guy?
Right. Giving your wife some time and attention. Come on, man.
I mean, freaking jerk. No.
You can't. It is actually kind of enjoyable sometimes that you're not on with him, because I think I'd have health problems by now, because I laugh so damn hard when he's on.
I agree, man.
But when I'm done, I'm like wheezing and
your
like
face
my
hurts.
chest is tight and everything. I'm like,
he's really good at
talking. I'm gonna have a heart attack.
Yeah.
He's really good at making fun of you, and you're like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Wait.
But you got to laugh at it,
And a lot of his jokes are methodical.
Listen, what are you talking about? Normally, he's making fun of you.
That's what I said. We're making fun of you, meaning me, is what I meant.
Yeah, that's not what you said. You were saying me.
Look, if you don't know this by now, Chris, it's always about me, brother. Okay, he makes fun of me all the time.
He was getting on your case there for a while. I thought it was really funny. He would say things that I literally I remember once. I wanted to tell you this story. One time you were on Daniel's live, and I think that you were disagreeing with him, but we'll just go with I'm not sure, okay? Because I don't want to.
Right on.
Anything, but But I had my Alexa sitting. It was sitting like 5 feet away from me in a different area, and every time you would talk, like about 10 seconds later, my Alexa would be like, "Please restate. I didn't understand you." And I'm like, "What the?"
Tomorrow
It's a-
talk.
that
Yeah,
damn
when you
English
would talk,
accent.
because you were
Oh.
like getting like on your mic. Let me tell you something, Daniel. You like my Alexa,
Daniel, order toilet paper now. And she's like, I'm sorry, add it to your cart. Now that I know you've got an Alexa, there's actually some
Yeah.
things I can say.
Yeah,
Like,
I actually unplugged it and I removed it from everywhere. I don't have.
Aren't those things kind of scary, man? Like
Kinda.
they're
Well, I ran
always
into a
listening,
story,
man.
and I was
Always listening.
dude. I was
yeah,
like,
I was listening.
They actually have a team of people that listen to conversations and tweak the code based upon errors, false alarms, it going off. Like they have a team of people that listens to all the conversations that Alexa picks up and Echo and all those, and they actually tweak the code based upon the errors that they get and stuff. It's crazy to think, man. So
yeah, my son
Yeah.
saw something about that, and he would walk into the room and he'd be like, "Alexa, how do you cut up a body?" Like what?
just to mess with them.
And Alexa, the blue light would spin
Yeah.
and not answer him.
Yeah.
Like,
That's
Dude,
symbolic
stop.
for the
Yeah, they were. I read an
police are
article
on their
one
way.
time. Yeah, somebody got
so
the
I took a knock
Alexa
on the door.
sent like an email out with like personal stuff about people to like their whole friends, their whole contact list and stuff, and just
Oh,
crazy
man.
shit like that, man. Can
Well,
you
I've heard the
imagine?
stories that they
Yeah.
do that kids have like ordered stuff on Alexa or something like that,
Right.
like and they got like a $4,000 bill, and they're like, "Oh my god!" But things like that. But some
Yeah.
of those things are crazy.
Wise choice.
Okay. Oh, I'm gonna keep saying it now.
Right.
Alexa, call Wise Choice's girlfriend.
That's good. So I see Crypto Terry's in the
What's up,
audience.
Terry?
Terry, do you
can
want to join,
comment, but
brother?
You can't join. Seriously, dude. I don't know.
Let me shoot him the link just in case he wants.
Oh, I
to
thought he
jump
had
on.
the link.
I thought I sent it, but who
I
knows,
created
man?
it.
I've been running around here like a
Yeah,
fool.
Same here. I created it kind of too late. My bad, Terry.
Yeah, but it's on me too because I could have sent it to him anytime. I didn't.
Yeah,
think
we were
about
trying to
it.
give you a way out, but it was all about you the whole time.
Yeah, I'm okay. I'll take the hit for it.
I'll send it over to you, Terry. Give me a sec.
What's up, Con? Con's in the crowd too, bro. You're more than welcome to join.
Con just moved, so Con's now relocated. So he picked
Oh.
up and moved.
Wise Choice Money is on it, man. He's
Yeah.
like laughing. He's like, I unplugged because I knew you guys would do that.
That's hilarious.
Right before you said who to call. Look at Wise Choice Money. He is on it.
Alexa, order a KY jelly. Everybody's ordering this shit right now. Go.
Oh, and like
Everybody's
that,
like,
order
shit.
KY jelly. Do not confirm.
NR, you already have enough.
Yeah. NR, check the Vulcan the Vulcan merch store, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, we actually launching freaking KY jelly on Greek.
Right.
Greek, is that true? That's why
Greeks in the house. I see Greeks in the house. Right on.
Oh, Alexa, where am I located?
Yeah. We already know.
Yeah. So, it'd kind of be cool if he come on because he's moved and all that, right?
Yeah, I know he finally got internet and all that good stuff. So
Oh,
yeah,
man.
yeah, man.
Wow. He's now adulting. It's crazy.
Yeah, but he's still
Fun.
putting out his content though. He was.
Yeah,
still
I
putting-
watched his 2-minute Bitcoin. I think just last night.
Yeah, his Bitcoin. I have to say that there's a few times, several times, I've actually watched his Bitcoin stuff and I've been like, oh, okay, I think he's right. And I was wrong. So
It's almost He's for the most part, Con's on point.
Yeah,
he's on point. So
I
I know
do
he
know
started a job as well. Con did.
he sent me several things over, I would say, the last 6 months, and he sent it to me. We talk about it, and like within a week, I'm sending a message back. Man, did you call that?
Right,
Like,
right.
I can't remember. I could go through and like screenshot them and everything like that. But I've sent him messages. Yeah, you called that a while back.
And he's a pretty modest guy, but there's got to be a point where you sit back and you're like, yeah, I'm the shit. You know, I called that. Yeah.
Yeah. It just, you know, he just needs to
Right.
gloat a
Yeah.
little bit.
Oh yeah, he tells me he calls it all the time.
Well,
Yeah.
with you, it's different. You know,
Yeah, man.
Everything's different for me.
My B and
What-
B is following a T. There you go. Right on.
Is it following?
You
Yeah.
know, and I seem to remember us being backstage a while back before somebody moved, and him and I were TA and B&B, and I remember him and I being real close on our numbers, and I noticed it stayed pretty close to those for the last couple of weeks.
Yep. Well, you guys know what the hell you're talking about.
Yep, it is exactly. I mean, actually, it's closer to what Con was saying. I was a little farther apart, but it is right in between that area we talked about. But that's awesome.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Yanni,
We got Yanni boy here. Look at that. What's going on, Yanni?
What up,
I know
Yanni?
they just launched 3 token. So I think
Yeah.
3 token just launched. They got the whole little ecosystem there, and they're doing the darn thing.
You know, I think that those are great. I'm a fan. Don't come to me for advice on it. I'm in. So I'm biased, but when I'm having a conversation about the 1, 2, 3, you know, sometimes people think I'm like adding it to the digits. You know, it's like 203 tokens. They're like, why'd you say 203? I'm like, no, it's 203 tokens.
I get what you're saying. Yeah.
I gotta stop and be like, all right, I'm gonna say this weird, but this is what I mean.
Yeah, I've had a couple of conversations with Lucky and Oliver, and they got some good stuff going on over there, man. They're looking to expand the ecosystem, and they got some cool stuff in the pipeline. So yeah, should be good for the Vulcan blockchain.
I'm hoping that Pride has made a little commercial about it or a little.
I'm sure he
quote.
has.
But I mean,
right
it's
now.
not selling anything. But
Right.
last Friday, when we were on his live, Oliver was on there and we're talking and everything. And Oliver joined, talked a little bit, and then we started gambling. Right?
Okay. What were you?
Oh, we're doing the
B&B pot
roulette.
Okay. Yeah, I've done it
No.
quite a few times. Yeah, it's
And-
addictive, man.
Yeah,
It's addictive.
It's fun. It's fun.
Yeah.
And the funny thing about it is Pride. He's doing the show. He's got his wallet and everything like. And I'm off on this side, and I'm like, hey, you know, give me a color and a number, chat. You know, I'll bet it. So there's 2 stories I want to tell you here. I was waiting for Jocko to put in a number. I said, Jocko, put in a number and a color, black or red, whatever number. He's taking too long. Somebody put in like black 13. I was like, all right, okay. I'll do. Actually, I don't think you can do 13. But anyway, forget what it was. Black something. I bet that. Right after I finished the bet, Jocko put in like red something, and I was like, man, you're too late. It spun, and what Jocko called would have won.
Wow. So were you betting black and red and individual numbers?
Yeah,
you were doing both.
Yeah. I was like, I'm gonna bet exactly something, but I'm gonna bet what chat says it is. They do
Right
on Prides. They get $20. He does the wheel, you know, like Daniel's the StreamYard, you know, put red or black in. He spins whatever, and whoever comes up, they have the choice to decide whether we go black or red.
Jocko got it, huh?
Well, but he puts that's for Prides, and Pride puts it in,
Right.
and he puts a $20 bet, and they win. If they win that, they get $20, and he sends it to their wallet. Me,
Red 23.
I'm doing a totally separate one, and yeah, Jocko put in red 23, like it was like 10 seconds after the other person, but the clock was counting down, and I'm like, Jocko, what are you doing? And I'm like,
slacking, buddy.
he's hanging out with his girlfriend, you know,
Hey,
or
man.
whatever. And
Hey.
then, you know, all right, whatever, man.
Yeah.
You don't have time for me. That's
It
fine.
was good seeing him jumping on Dan's live yesterday or on the 4th. And
Yeah, he didn't get to talk much. I wish he would come on
Yeah.
and like talk a little bit more. I mean, he's
Yeah,
okay.
it's good
But the,
people,
the
man.
original story I was talking about is that Oliver's on there, and Oliver's like, he says he's looking you can see in the camera, he's like looking at the screen. He's like, whose money is this? And he's like, in Pride, man, it's the funniest thing. This funny thing I've seen in a long time. He's like, man, did you not read the thumbnail? It's Pride's money. You're using Pride's money.
My money, man.
It's always Pride's money, isn't
I
it?
was like, man, he needs to cut that out, man, and
That's
just
funny.
like, you know, that
It
would be
sounded
cool.
like Chris Tucker on that one. That's what it
Yeah.
sounded like.
Yeah, it was funny. The way he
yeah.
said it and everything, it was like it came out of like a movie or something. It's Pride's money.
Like he's talking to Jackie Chan.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Jackie Chan.
Jack was like, what the hell? What are you
The
talking
words
about?
that come out of my mouth.
I don't know.
That is fun.
I think I would like to do some sort of what is it? Is it B&B bot? What is it? The
MB pot.
bot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be
Yeah.
fun.
I'd like to do it, but I just if I lose in front of everybody, you know, I just don't take it well, you know.
Well, everybody loses, man. If you're
Yeah, it's
winning,
gambling, man. There's
Yeah.
just the house has the
It's
advantage.
the,
so.
it's the fact that you got a
Way to encourage
chance.
me, guys.
You got a chance. Yeah, yeah. Listen, we're just being honest.
yeah.
That's dumb.
But you can win some. I mean, you can win. I mean, it's you can win some decent money there. So apparently, Brian
Wow.
Legend won. I saw a post a little while back. Apparently, he won.
Like
not too
50K
long
or
ago.
something.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. that's-
There he is.
Oh, there he goes.
Where'd he go? Where'd you go? There he is.
I'm here. Give me a
What's
second,
up,
guys.
Terry?
Just man, working my house all day long.
Yeah, I saw some of those pictures you sent, man. Looks like you're having tons of fun over there.
I spent more, the last
I
3 of the 4 days. That's all I did was my foundation work.
Fun times, man.
That is not
times.
fun, man.
No,
Not fun.
So
Yeah,
I've
seen
I
pictures, man. Well,
Yeah.
he sent them to all. I'm like, dude.
yeah,
I'm
he
like,
put it in
man,
our group.
Hey, don't be sending me your pictures of your problems, buddy, because that looks rough.
it's
Yeah.
not easy, man. Tomorrow I get to be a hairdresser. I get to be all soft and sensitive even tomorrow.
There you go.
that reminds me.
Hit
I
off
gotta
offense.
get a haircut.
And yeah, I couldn't talk much, Jacko 13. I couldn't talk much because Daniel was on. Who can ever get a word in edgewise? Which is
You
Man.
should, Jocko, you
very
should come
true.
on. You should come
So
on
very
tonight and
true.
talk to us and hang out.
Yeah,
Then
brother,
he-
you're more than welcome to join us, man.
If
Then
it's
he hits
okay
us-
with your girlfriend.
Then he hits us with, I want to say hi to everybody and introduce myself, but between the BL BS and Keith the Farmer, it was already dramatic.
Did you
Yeah.
see that? I was like, man, Keith, just chill, dude. I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah. Well, we'll say it was 2:00 in the morning in Australia. So
I
we'll-
know. I
maybe
know.
he was
But-
tired,
and
I
it's
mean-
at the same time,
I got you, brother.
I think the
I-
map has a point. That's
Yeah.
why he brought it up. And I
Yeah,
think,
I agree.
again,
I
it all
agree.
could have been handled behind the scenes. And I think your map was like, hey, why don't we just
I think Matt was thrown back a little bit, and he was like, because I didn't really think he was throwing that much shade. He just kind of said some factual stuff and
it
was
wasn't
like,
it wasn't like it wasn't something that was already
Right.
said.
correct.
It wasn't like
Correct.
it was like, whoa,
Right.
Where'd
But I
that come
mean,
from?
I think after some of the things that's been thrown at Keith with the, I hope you die and all kind of stuff.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
maybe
Yeah.
that's why he gets emotional.
Well, Keith, I understand, and you know what?
Right.
If I was in his situation, I might have acted just the way Keith did.
Yeah,
So,
that's what I mean.
everybody's
You never know what somebody's dealing with, or maybe he had a bad day. I tend to give people the benefit of the doubt. So
a lot of mudslinging going on around some places.
it's been quite. I think Kryptonian said it best, man. It's been like freaking bizarro world, man. It's like, what in the hell is going on around
upside
here?
down world. Yeah, I was out for a
Yeah.
bit and I started
Yeah,
to tune back
man.
in, and it's like,
What the hell?
I
Yeah.
mean, people
Why is
are.
the guy's head cut off? Your camera's
I
all
know.
low.
Gus is like everybody. You know what? NR's talking, and I just start hearing this music that you're like, you're doing, and I'm starting to think that you're like, what?
On a
what are you
video.
doing?
It's not
You're
for me.
doing that.
You hear music? Oh my bad,
Yeah,
I'll turn it down,
yeah.
guys. My
Yeah,
bad.
you heard. We're hearing music just like. Do what you were doing behind the scenes because man, it was pretty damn funny.
Which one?
That one.
The piano bar.
Oh, the piano. Nah, I'll do it later.
Oh man. Okay, get another shot in here. or Something.
Yeah, I get another shot. I gotta get another shot.
There he is. What's up, Con?
Mr. Khan.
Oh,
Oh, he's live. Look out. Pardon me.
you know what, Con? You've never sounded better.
What's up, Con?
Oh, now we can hear you.
Okay, okay.
Hey, he's just, you know what it is, Con? He just wants you to notice his mic. Look at the mic he's got now. He's got him.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
you're talking about my mic? Yeah.
Yeah, well, I saw Con's mic, man. So so I had to get me one. Well, I saw it. I was like, that's the way to go, man.
I like Terry's mic because Terry's mic, he doesn't have what's in the computer, and it sounds like he's got the expensive mic.
Is it really?
Hey, you sound good all the time, Terry. When you're on your computer, I'm like, he doesn't even have a mic or anything. How's that shit work? You didn't have to even work.
Are you just using like the factory shit on your computer or whatever?
Yeah.
They sound pretty good, dude.
It's just the lights in my ceiling. That's all my lighting too.
Yeah, he just sounds
you
like
go.
normal.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's like you're right here in front of me.
So,
Yeah.
so why is Brett Michaels' head cut off, man? The angle's real
He
low.
said
on you,
Rip Mike.
buddy.
Oh, here, let me fix it.
Oh, he's talking about. I'm like, is he talking about
I
Con?
knew who you were
He's
talking
got
about.
a hat on. What-
I know what he's talking
That's
about.
why I haven't heard that name in a long time. Bro. That's
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Rock and roll.
Yeah, man, I rock a bandana every once in a while, man. It was hot as shit here today, so I threw a bandana on
It's
to,
hot here too.
catch the sweat.
Yeah,
I was out there. I was working on
We're
my
triple,
car. and-
triple digits here in Texas already, man.
Yeah.
yeah, man.
Well, everybody be safe.
It rained its ass off here on the 3rd. I mean, torrential down. We got like 5 or 6 inches in like 20 minutes.
Wow.
It was
Yeah.
crazy.
It wasn't fun.
It was crazy. Yeah, it was crazy, man.
Oh, you're on that neck of the woods now, right? Pretty much.
Yeah, I'm pretty much near. I'm pretty much in between. You're
You're like 4 hours from me, I think.
Yeah, and I
You're
think
about 4
that's
hours from me in PA.
right at
Yeah.
Christmas. Yeah.
Because PA is a big ass state. Like I could be in PA in 40 minutes or 4 hours away. So it's, you get up near Pittsburgh and all that stuff. So
That's cute. Terry, he said PA is a big state. Have you been in Texas, brother?
yeah.
Right? Come on out.
That's pretty cute. He's like saying, I'm just joking with you.
I sent Jocko the.
Oh, I know Texas is a big ass state.
Yeah. That's
Hey, well, you could be in Connecticut
Yeah,
or Rhode Island or
Texas-
something like that.
Texas is
Yeah.
the state.
yeah. I want to be in Connecticut.
Yeah.
I don't know.
The state.
Yeah, but now I think you. Well, I don't know if I can say that.
Oh no.
I think that was backstage. Never mind. Yeah, I think. Pennsylvania's a big state.
Yep.
It is.
I,
Be
I
Texas.
completely.
Yeah.
I missed that.
Yeah. I'm sorry to hear that, Shadow, because it was bad, man. My pool overfilled.
Damn, they got like
Listen, you guys are getting me dizzy.
Yeah, my damn pool overfilled. It was overflowing. My Corrado couldn't handle the water. I had like 2 inches of water on the passenger floor of my Corrado. I'm
Oh
like,
wow.
man.
we had some electrical storms here we could go. I don't know if did you get hit by that, Terry, at all?
No,
We got hit here in north of the Houston area, man. It knocked out like a couple 100,000 houses and buildings and
that's
power.
You know what we call that over here? First world problems.
Yes,
Yeah,
right.
right.
I thought you were
Right.
gonna say we call that Friday over here.
Right.
Yeah, yeah, man.
First world problems. Come on now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just pockets of people being. I had to pull out 2 generators, and it was just a pain in the
You didn't
ass.
have power for like 3 days, right? 2 or 3 days.
Yeah,
Weekend or something.
almost 5 days we didn't
Yeah.
have power. Yeah.
Or do you have like
Sucks, doesn't
gas,
it?
gas generators, or do you have like the
No, I'm in a rental right now. And the last house I had actually had a generator installed, but when I
Yeah.
sold,
That's the way to
rental-
go.
yeah, the house I'm building now, it will have a generator.
Yeah.
So have you looked into the Patriot, the generators by Patriot?
Let's check them out. The only one, I always hear about Generac. Everybody
Generac.
knows that.
Generac's kind of the
Generac is
standard or whatever, but
Yeah.
yeah.
I just hear about this guy watching, and they always talk about the Patriot. So I'm not sure it's about
Is it gas? What is it? Natural gas
Solar.
or
solar.
Solar.
Yeah.
solar? Really?
As
mean, I
as
think
an
they're good.
alternative,
You realize you're talking to
Charge your
Kryptonian,
cell
right?
phone.
You know how I feel about solar, bro.
Well, I mean,
Oh, what's funny is this though.
Well,
Okay, it was funny for a minute, and then I felt bad because as I was heading to the house, and my daughter says, because my daughter is helping me take care of my dad, right? So she's here, and she's like, "Hey, Dad, the power went out." I'm like, "What? Oh, shit." Well, I'll go and pick up my generator, and because I have a feeling when it's out, it's gonna be out for a
Keep the
bit.
fridge rolling and all
Yeah,
that.
Yeah. So
goodness
as I'm heading home down 45, right, or down from north Houston, heading more south, I just see I probably saw 50 to 60 Teslas on the way home to houses with no power. Man. I was like, you guys better get to the house. I'm gonna pull over and put some gas in my tanks, but yeah, so I'm running my generator, and there's a couple of I think 2 houses like on the maybe other house Teslas, they couldn't go nowhere for 5 days, bro. That's all I'm gonna say. Anyways, that's the problem with Teslas or electric cars is they're great until you
Well,
need electricity. you
Well,
know?
especially like California, New York. I know California is trying to mandate and go their grid and their infrastructure is not set up to support going to all electric. And I don't know why they're pushing for that. If you
All the
can't
money.
support
I'm
it,
pretty sure I
why
heard a
in the
representative
world would
say
you
that
push
they weren't
for it?
ready for it?
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
The only reason I buy a Tesla is for the sheer torque and speed.
Oh yeah,
That's it.
for me, right? For
Thrill,
me,
speed. That's it.
I may buy one day just
But how
as like
fast they
a
are.
fourth car.
Yeah,
or
to me,
something, as a
I'm gonna
toy.
buy it and it'll be a
Yeah.
toy. I'm gonna go fast,
Right.
and
But
then
right now, I mean,
charge
the,
my phone. Something simple.
right, the Plaid Model X that I would want
Yeah,
is like
okay.
120K.
Yeah.
I can't justify that. It goes 300 miles before you got to charge it.
It's like,
And
wait a
then
minute.
if you're driving it balls to the wall, it doesn't even go that far.
It's like, wait a minute. So I got to charge it and buy tires?
Right.
Fuck that, dude.
Yeah,
Well,
I mean,
but-
it's yeah.
No, but Gus says time to buy a Ford 150 with the 7200 watt. So I have a GMC AT4. So
Right
to
on.
be funny, I backed my truck in like into the garage, turned on not into the garage, but my driveway, turned on the truck, and I have some outlets in the back of my bed. So I was powering some fans and some light. I powered about 12 lamps, throughout the house just off my truck for a couple hours, and gas, baby.
Right on.
America.
Smooth, brother. Everything goes smooth, like in the new house.
Oh yeah, so far so good.
Everything cool?
Yeah, we broke ground already. Foundation's been laid, and we're expecting they said it's about a 90 to 100 day build out to close.
But right.
Okay.
So we're just, what's holding it up is some of the hardware inside the house.
There's always going to be a holdup with that shit. Man. Like,
Windows
it's-
and cabinets or whatever. I'm like, gosh, they're waiting on that stuff, right? They said they really haven't really been back on track since COVID. There was
we ordered
making material as they need it.
We ordered some windows for a flip. And I just sold a house. I'm waiting to close on it. I'm getting ready to put another one on the market and just put contracts on 2 houses today. So we're rocking and rolling. But I ordered windows for the one house, and they took like 4 months to come in because they were a special size or some shit.
Yeah, that's what it is, man. The wife wanted these certain windows. I'm like,
yeah, of course.
In certain cabinets. I'm like, whoa.
Is someone playing a video game?
Oh,
that's what it sounds like.
Sorry.
Are we that boring, Terry? Are we that boring?
No.
He's like playing Mario.
Yeah.
Mario Brothers.
I'm
Right
looking.
on.
I'm really looking at the game. I was here.
I hope you got I hope you got some coins out of that one. It sounds like you're playing Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah, thank you.
Sounded like he was getting some.
Hey,
money.
well, since you're bored,
I almost crossed the line, so I got me some tokens.
Since you're bored, bro. You guys heard that?
Yeah, we do.
Piano Man.
I had my keyboard. I was playing it earlier, but I forgot to move it.
Yeah.
Say someone needs to just summarize for me the past week and a half.
The past
Um,
week and a half.
Yeah, I'll be back.
That's a theme song right there. Thank
All I would say is
thank the greatest show on earth and a bunch of clowns. Just all you gotta
Yeah.
do is think that, bro.
Yeah.
That's
A
what I
little
felt
like a
it-
Volkswagen Bug. Yeah, like a super small Volkswagen Bug with Brian Legend driving and Prado in the passenger seat, hitting each other with little bats.
With
Right.
a 454 in the back. Those you Williams fans.
It's crazy because
Prado's like, smell my
started doing
flower is
everything-
squirting Brian in the face of water and shit. Yeah.
I started doing everything on Wednesday, well, really
Yeah.
Tuesday, and then all of a sudden, I took myself off of.
Then Dan kicks Brian in the ass
YouTube.
with those big clown shoes.
And I'm gone, and then all this stuff happens. It's like I feel like I'm still like not in the loop with everything that just
Yeah,
happened.
exactly. Jerry effing Springer this week, man.
The
So,
problem, Con,
yeah.
is there wasn't a loop. It was a loop to loop. So you never
Right.
get caught up, bro. You
Right.
think you got to figure it out, and then something else will happen, and it's like, wait, what? He said what? People wearing wigs. It's crazy, bro. I mean,
So
men in high heels. It's crazy, bro.
So I heard. So I heard Brian and Prado broke up.
Good night, Jaco.
How did that work?
Go, Jake.
So
Well,
yeah, they
together.
were beefing. Dan is trying to launch his worldwide token with YAMAP, and ton of changes. I mean, I think that. So there's been nothing but Dan changing this and changing that, and Brian didn't like some of the stuff he was doing. So then they started beefing, and it just turned into a whole shit show. It turned into a circus. But apparently they have kissed and made up. So, here we are. So I guess that's old news. And now everything's cool. So everything's cohesive. Now the question is,
It's a little sticky, but it's cohesive.
the question is great. Everybody's kissed and made up. Will they've forgiven, but will they forget? Do we move forward? Are things the same? Because there were some things said. I mean, there were some things said between both parties, both camps that were a little harsh in my opinion, and should have been probably aired in the background, but weren't. So
Yeah, and
you
you
know,
actually mentioned that. I think you were
Yeah.
on Prado's live. I think I forget it was live you were on. But
yeah, I'm very happy to hear that because we're men, right? And as men, we should be able to sit
Well,
down
I am,
and
sure.
talk about our differences, work this shit out, not just keep going back and forth in a vicious cycle. So I'm glad to hear they worked it out, and I'm hoping that moving forward, everything's cohesive, everything's and maybe it changes for the better, right? Maybe it's not the same, maybe the dynamic's not the same, maybe the relationship's not the same, but hopefully both of them have learned from it and move forward in a better way for the community. But I am glad for the community as a whole that everything's kind of been squashed, because it was divisive. I mean, it was dividing the community. It was not good at all. So I'm happy to, and I think I voiced that on Prado's live.
Mhm.
And it's just good to see that they have at least come together and found some common ground. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
See, like, I felt like I wasn't even in loop still, because I didn't even know that things were okay now.
Yeah. Apparently that happened tonight, and I have a suspicious feeling that Greek had something to do with it. I think he put some work in the background to get the two to come together and sing Kumbaya around the campfire.
He's always
So,
rooting for
yeah.
everybody.
How about you, Con? How was your move? Are you settling in?
It's been a pain. It's been a pain.
Yeah.
Getting
Moving's
everything-
always a pain in the ass. It's like
yeah,
you're like, how did I accrue all this shit? Like,
and getting it all set up.
man.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
fun fact. So you have to burn.
yeah. I'm
So I had a
sure
really
it's
big fire yesterday.
yeah.
When
That's
I say
always
really
fun.
big, I mean very big.
That's always fun.
It's like
And
probably
this
like
is you bought your first house, correct? You
Yes,
guys are
sir.
buying your first house. That's awesome, man. Congrats.
I wanted to be funny and be but I was thinking of milestones and stuff like that, but I just remember the video where Daniel was talking about what stuff that Chalk Talk has bought or done, and he's like, you owe some certain things to Brian Legend. I just wanted to be funny and be like, well, Brian didn't buy that.
Oh.
I remember that one. I remember that one. Yeah. I mean, if you're bored and you want to go back and watch some of the lives, that'll give you a little taste of what went down.
Okay.
That's crazy.
You're on the grumper or something, you're bored and want some entertainment.
It's definitely fun. It's different. I mean, have I paid for rent and housing like that? I mean, for the past 7-8 years, yeah. But now it's weird because I walk in and I own it.
Yeah. Now you're responsible for that shit.
Yeah. now you're gonna pay attention to the Constitution and the Bill of Rights. That's what happens. You start owning shit.
That is what happens,
Yeah,
man.
I'm sorry. That's what happens.
Yeah.
You're like,
So-
wait a minute. This is mine. And when someone wants to take it, you're
Yep.
like, but
When you start owning
that's
shit,
mine. Yeah.
when
Oh,
you
yeah.
start a business, you really start to pay attention to politics and what's going on.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Up until I owned a business, I didn't care much for politics or didn't have
Yeah.
any use for it.
Yeah.
But then once everybody had their hand in my pocket, I'm like, yeah, let me check this out and see what's going on and why they have their hand in my pocket. What can I do to get around that? So, yeah,
And that's
no
where the
doubt.
sense of pride really comes in.
Yeah.
We're like, this is my shit, and then you really understand, like I say, the Constitution, but the Bill of Rights and how it's all about individual rights. And it's really all about property rights, you know. Yeah, it's good, man. Welcome to the club. It's a cool feeling. But also welcome to the I got to fix the AC. Oh shit, I got leaks in the attic.
Yes, the fun parts of
if you got a septic. Oh shit, I gotta
you don't even want to. You know how I told you it came with acreage, man.
Yeah.
It took me almost 5 hours to mow the lawn.
You
That's
see
cool,
the pictures
man.
of my board. Welcome ownership, right?
Yeah.
There you go.
Well,
And
so I don't have acreage. That's one thing that I regret. If I was younger, I would have bought some more dirt. You know,
Well, you can always. You're young enough to start.
You're younger than us.
Yeah, you're not that old, Kryptonian.
I know, dude.
I guys, will you let me just be me for a moment?
No,
That's a
Stop
title.
making me better, Chris.
this is ridiculous. I'm mad.
Right on.
Stop making me positive. I hate you.
Wise
right.
Choice Money is on fire tonight, man.
Though it went from the best Jerry Springer show to Mari. I am your father. That's kind of
Right.
how I heard.
Wise Choice Money. I told you.
That's clever. That's
little
clever.
innuendo.
Yeah, that's awesome. What's up, Eris? Had a nice conversation earlier with Eris. He got some light nodes.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, Eris is loading up on light nodes, man. He's such a wonderful dude, man. I've talked to both him and his wife. They live down in Florida.
Man.
He's in the real estate game, so we've talked about property flex. He's
What up,
excited
Aris?
about that. And
I see
Yeah,
him in
man,
the
just
Discord, man. It's always seeing
great
him every
people,
day,
man. Just
Yeah.
great people. So what's up, man? Good to see you. My
What's
in-laws just bought a house in Florida, so hopefully I get to go down there, visit them, and I'll definitely link up with you, man. And we'll
I want to own some real estate in Florida.
Yeah.
You know, even if it's through property flex
Yeah.
to some degree, you know.
Yeah.
You know, Florida, what's another place? Colorado, Utah, you know, Pennsylvania, believe it or not, you know, West Virginia, actually, more
Yeah,
than
man.
anything else. But a couple places, I have my eye on a couple places, you know.
Oh,
I know what did
Yeah.
Gus say? Gus says I talk like I'm ancient. Man, I feel ancient, man. You know,
Now you're an old soul, dude. You got that old soul about you. That's
I
a good
appreciate
thing.
that. And what it is I think you mentioned
wisdom.
earlier when you jumped on earlier. I appreciate that. And it's wisdom comes from freaking paying attention to all the damn mistakes you made.
I was gonna say for making mistakes.
yeah, hell yeah. But
110.
yeah, I just you don't have enough time in the day, you know. And I think the older I've gotten, I realize that I don't got time for bullshit. I don't got time for high school bullshit.
Isn't
high
it funny
school
how you
fights.
weed the shit out and the people that bring the bullshit and all that
Mhm.
stuff? You
Yeah.
know,
You got to
Yeah.
cut it, man. You got to cut it. People will
Yeah.
either add value or drain the value that you have. It's either way, man.
Yeah.
If they're not adding value to your life, then you're wasting your time. Honestly,
yeah,
you know, wasting your time
yeah, man.
because
No
we've only
doubt.
got so much of it. You know,
It is finite. You got it.
Speaking truth.
110. Well, isn't that really what wealth and becoming rich? It's not necessarily about the money, because money doesn't necessarily change you. It amplifies you. It amplifies. You know, again, if you were an asshole, you're going to be an even bigger asshole with money. You
Yeah.
know, if you are a good person and kind and giving, you're going to be even more so when you have more money. But really, becoming wealthy is more about getting your time back, freedom. That's what it's about, and I
Yeah,
think that's
yeah.
why we're all here for crypto and you know
Yeah,
the path to that.
I want it to be able to allow me to leverage my time to use it more
Yeah.
wisely. Or, you know, what is the thing we all want is we want to be rich and be wealthy, so that way we can. Because our biggest complaint is we don't have enough time with the family and to do things that
Yep.
we love.
There
So
you
I
go.
want to get more money so that I can have more time. But you guys hear me say this often, that we as human beings, the one thing we want most of, that we can't ever get more of, because we're all given the same amount individually, some less than others, based on circumstances and your health and all these things. But it's time. We all want time. I just want more time, but that is the one thing we waste the most of.
150%, brother.
and-
Every time you say that, man, I almost get chills because
the
it's
truth,
so
bro.
true. It's
it
so
is.
true.
You kind of,
Yeah.
everybody goes, "What did I do today?"
Yeah.
You know, what did I do today? And you know, I know we get up here and we bullshit a lot. We talk about, you know, aliens and shit. Well, I never get to talk about aliens. You guys always shut me down. But we get, you know, crypto, whatever. But when I am on here with you guys, I always learn a lot, especially around everybody on this panel, even Khan, man.
Wait, hold on a second. You get to talk about aliens all you want, but you're always wrong.
Well, anytime I ask you, you go, I work for the government.
That's funny.
If you ask me about it, I'm going to tell you the truth, and you're going to be disappointed, and then that's when you're like, "Oh, well, you don't know what you're talking about."
All right.
You
Sounds
told
like
me.
a challenge.
Was that Terry?
Sounds like a challenge.
Yeah. So let me tell you. Let me tell you his gotcha moment. Okay, little G. He wasn't even a god. Nothing.
I think did he say he had generator problems tonight?
Problems. We say what?
Oh, God.
I'm not sure. I think he did have a generator.
I'm sitting there talking to myself. Didn't realize I was.
He's still talking. He's been backstage, and he's still.
Who would have thought?
talking.
Who would have thought?
You fix your bandana. It's crooked.
So what I was gonna say.
That's
was,
all right. We'll call it a
respectfully-
style.
Respectfully, Chris. Chris's gotcha moment, little G, nothing was capitalized there. I said it nicely this time. Was Julian? That's my middle name. That's my name, guys. Julian Kryptonian. I'm gonna tell you something.
Ooh.
Aliens are real because I've seen them. In fact, I was.
I did
Across the border every day in Texas.
I did.
Those are
I did
illegal
say I
aliens. We're
saw
talking
that.
about extraterrestrials, right?
That's hilarious.
There you go.
He was facing the wall, looking at the wall. He saw a light and goes, "Shit, they're real." And he goes, "See that?" And I was like, "Wait a minute."
Not this. You like completely took it out of context, and you took the most important part out of it.
Tell me.
Listen, it was a light behind me that felt like I was on the beach in the middle of summer in Florida. It was so hot, and I've never seen a light a light has never been like on my back and was super, super hot. I thought it was going to burn through my clothes.
Especially when it was inserted anally.
New penicillin afterwards or during.
So I'm just gonna say it, Chris. I'm gonna say it. You don't live near a beach, okay?
So
I'm
so
not-
Chris, you actually had kind of a not encounter, but something that you can't explain.
Right.
That's-
And the light, it shot up in the air super, super fast. Never seen anything like go away. Like you could see it just going away, and it was fading away up into the sky. And the heat from the light was so bright. I've never.
So where were you? How old were you?
I was 23.
Okay. Were you?
I was
On something.
I was in Europe.
I remember being 23.
PCP.
Yeah, I saw a lot of lights.
None of that stuff. Okay.
They were all colorful
All
and
right.
tracing
I was
lights.
active duty military at the time.
Okay.
Whoa. Oh, Navy.
Do you think it was something military that
So Navy's use typically cocaine and meth. What branch were you in?
I can't say anything.
Army. Air Force.
he's like, don't talk about that.
All I heard was I plead the fifth. That's all
Yeah.
Congress.
What
Where you
what
guys?
were we talking about?
Who's this? Chris who? Who's this person?
He's
Welcome to the live stream.
yeah,
Chris.
poof.
Who you are?
That's funny.
Yeah, like Odinato. Does that freak you out every once in a while when he's on his live? And he like backs up and he just disappears.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, what the
Yeah.
damn?
Like he backs up, comes in, he's got his wig on, he backs up, comes back, and he's gone.
You'll have to tell me more about that story in the background or something, Chris, backstage
Oh, he
or something.
won't,
I'm
bro. He
definitely
won't.
interested.
I mean, he
Definitely
won't. I've asked nicely. I even offer some Bitcoin, and he won't.
You did
So-
not. I'll be big.
But you
There's
can't
no
offer
way.
me
You
enough
lied.
Bitcoin for me to talk about that.
Fair enough. Okay. Fair enough.
Look, I guess the fact is I've never seen anything that made me go, oh shit, there's aliens.
Yeah.
I guess if I were to say gun to head, or you have to make a decision based on everything that life experiences, you've got to believe that there's something else.
Yeah, but I think this is a valid point. I've always thought of that and everything like that. And I think that people that think they're aliens and everything like that, and I think, there is stuff out there. I don't know. But as far out as we are, I mean, if whatever we look at, like the closest habitable planet that we could actually be to, they must be able to fly some way that we've never even understood, or go through space or whatever. Why would they be coming here?
Okay, I got a question for you.
Right.
I got a
Right.
question for you.
You would travel billions of light years to
Right.
come to here, and
Right.
like See
let's-
who
billion
the
light years.
next president-
Let's not get into. If you want to go into light year math, if you actually do the math, it's not scientifically possible for that to happen. Now, I'll ask you this. That's another conversation. But what about, you say, how far the planets are? How far is the furthest planet, or how far is the closest planet? I mean, you don't have to be. I know you could be. I know you don't know. You're not
I have no idea. It's
I mean,
pretty damn far.
Okay, Google Siri.
But what have we been told, right? What have we
Alexa.
been told?
Alexei.
Oh, I
Right.
don't know. I don't know what have we been told. I usually don't listen to what we've been told. I mean, a couple of years ago, people were, and look what happened there.
Yeah. It's well said, Chris. Well
Yeah.
said.
Damn it, bro. No, but I guess my point is that there's no way we can, and at least, when someone says that a planet's 20 light years away, how do they know it's 20 light years away? Like, how are they?
Yeah.
How do they got? How in the hell do they measure that? Right? And it's
Tape
just
measure.
math. Tape measure. Don't tell me a laser.
That's a really long tape measure.
Very long tape measure.
That's how I do my measure. I measure all my
So-
full tape
Imagine
measure.
how
And my-
heavy that
and
wall is.
my point is, it's all speculation. It's all, it's just, and that's all it is. So they're basically making it's an assumption.
Nice.
And in my opinion, so for them to say, if you're assuming one thing and then from that assumption you're assuming something else, I can't believe that. Now,
Yeah.
but back to the point I was going to make, when it comes to like something else out there, I think there is other life forms, if you will, but I don't think they're coming from space. I would believe they're more coming from freaking the ground or from some other land
Well,
across the oceans or the oceans themselves, but then come from space. I just
I
don't believe
agree
that.
with you. I agree with you on that. That's a possibility. Or there's a place that we don't even see. Now this is going to blow your mind because you're going to be like, Chris is high, but
That's
it could be in
tomorrow.
another dimension or something like that, and they can travel between.
I don't
these
think
things.
you're high saying that, man.
Yeah, I
Just-
mean, we could be sitting there looking. The moon is right there, and then like in another
long as you
dimension, there's a
share.
whole nother planet like right there, and they're like crossing over or something. I don't know, but it's
Possibly.
like all this stuff is kind of
They,
crazy.
they could be doing that, but we can't. I can't even get in an elevator and keep
Yeah.
a conversation on my cell phone. But I'm supposed to believe, and we've got the
Can you hear me
techno-
now?
Yeah, we've got.
What?
We're supposedly in the most advanced, as far as where we are technology wise, as human beings. The technology has advanced probably in the fastest ever in the last 50 to 100 years. From I don't know, microwaves to now lasers and microchips and these things. I mean, the tech is just crazy, but I still can't jump in an elevator. I mean, I can't go into middle America and keep a cell phone connection. Right.
You want to talk to me about cell phone connection out here?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. But
What'd you say?
I'm supposed to believe we sent a freaking car to space. We sent a freaking Johnny Five. If you guys ever seen the movie Short Circuit, we sent Johnny Five to Mars. All right. And you guys taking pictures and sending them back. I don't think so. In fact, we landed that Joker first try ever successfully. All right. I mean, I'm sorry, man.
I got one for you, right?
This is laughable to me. I'm sorry. I got common sense. Okay, Starlink. Hold up.
Hold on. Before you go to Starlink,
Oh, get me on Starlink.
I want to go back to that Mars rover. All right.
Yeah.
So there's a couple points I want to make. What 200 years ago, a congressman said that we needed to stop wasting money on having a patent office because everything had already been invented. Every generation, every group of people, if you look back through time, they all think that they're modern and they've figured it all out. And that's it. Every generation says that they got to figure. Look back in the 50s and the 60s, and everybody, each one of those decades, just look at how they talked and act. Like we have all. There's nothing else we need to do. We have everything. Then computers come, and it's like, oh my god. So, but my point is that when they have this rover on Mars, right? And I'm not saying that they don't, okay, but they send pictures and images back, and you'll see these, right? And you're like, wow, look at the clarity and all that kind of stuff. But let me tell you something. I can't send a document to my printer to print in my office But you can send
Yeah.
it from another
You have
planet.
a local
and it,
area network. You're on a gigabit network. You're probably
Wait,
Wi-Fi 3, 400, 500 meg, 700 meg Wi-Fi, ad hoc network. And you're right. You can't even connect to your
Wait.
printer.
What I want to know is how come every vending machine in the world that takes your debit card, it always works, but your phone don't work right next to it.
Yeah.
That's a very good point too.
Why does a debit card on a freaking Coke machine or a snack machine work in every hospital, in every state, no matter where you are? But
Well, in hospitals, they're all wired Wi-Fi.
Hey, no, dude, rest stops. They're in the middle of nowhere.
There are. I will say this: I manage many Wi-Fi networks, and we use Air Marshal, so I can literally I can scramble your Wi-Fi connection, but keep mine hot and going. I mean,
okay.
I mean, there is a tech to that, but you're right. So but why do that, right? I mean, what's the big deal? Like a vending machine? Why? Let's follow the money. But yeah, you're right, Chris. They're making all these claims that we've got to. If you guys really believe that we have a robot on Mars, and it's taking pictures of itself, okay, great. You can believe that, but before I can believe that, you've got to get me to believe how it landed on Mars. All right. If you actually watch the animation, because there's no real footage of it. It's an animation. It's a cartoon of how it happened. It's so complex. And we did it on the first try. Okay. The first try. I'm sorry. There ain't no way.
Wait, stop. That was our next token, was our Range Rover token. Stop that.
The Mars token.
If someone gave me a Land Rover, I'd be like, you need to tow that off, man.
Yep. Sell it.
Never in a million years would I own a Land Rover. Now, Range Rover, totally different.
They're all turds, man. They're, honestly, from a mechanical standpoint, having worked on many, having owned quite a few, they're all junk.
My sister has a Range Rover, and I'm telling you, man,
they ride great. They ride it's a luxury vehicle. The air ride's cool. You start putting some miles on those things, man. They're always in the shop. Electrical problems,
and their tires, man. The tires and the rims.
They're like 35s, like 35s, yeah.
You see Teddy One saying, "So no one be able to afford that camera that NASA has." Yeah. I don't know if it's so much the camera; it's about like the processing of the program behind it. So, like, if you notice, cameras haven't gotten any better, really, with megapixels, and they've done nice megapixels. Like even on my phone, 108. That actually it takes just as good as photos on the last phone that only had.
Well, I'm not talking about the actual quality. I think the quality is great. I'm talking about the sending it. You literally, NASA can send a picture from Mars.
I can't even airdrop my friend a photo without it taking 5 minutes.
Yeah, and
I mean, like you got to think about the quality you're going to have to send in order to send it that far over.
That's what I'm saying.
And it's a very, very small format, which maybe it would work if it was.
What's the airdrop? That's
144p.
Yeah. I mean, what Khan's saying is like, I mean, I have problems getting to the printer, and thank you, Marshall. Marshall says, Marshall is like, for the cost of $1 billion, you too can send any document you want from your computer to your printer. Thanks, Marshall. I appreciate it.
Well, yeah, they actually make 60 million
Facebook or something, guys. When you try to send something over Facebook, and you take it with like a 108 megapixel camera. Like when I take it with my full resolution on my phone, it will not send it. It says it's too big. And then same with over text. You can't send a full size photo over text. So how the hell? That's a good point. How is it coming from there and coming here?
So
I'm not smart enough to know that stuff.
You don't need to be smart enough. You just need to have common sense. It's if you just got to look at, just be self-aware. Like, and I'll give you a good example. So everybody knows that when the astronauts are in the space station, right? When the astronauts are in the space station, right? There is what's the delay between them being in space and doing like a live video conference here on Earth?
Nothing.
No, there is. There's actually a 10 to 12 second delay.
Okay.
Even up to 20. Depending on the tilt of the Earth and all this bullshit. All right. The point is this. All right. Now you have a guy, you have one of the astronauts playing the guitar. Forget his name, I could pull him up, but the guy is very famous. He plays guitar on the freaking space station and sings and writes music. He does a solo concert. Con, you'll appreciate this one, musician. All right, he's playing the guitar. And think about trying to follow that rhythm. 10, 12-second delay. He's playing a live concert while in space with a choir or symphony or whatever, a band down here on Earth. And was right on point the whole time. 10-second, 12-second delay. Tell me how that's possible. How that's possible. Just that alone. When anytime there's any other sort of conversation between the media and astronauts, it's 10, 12 seconds, 5 seconds. Hell, even 2 to 4 seconds that jacks up your rhythm.
It does.
I mean, 2 seconds would be like, I'm done. I'm frustrated, man. Send me the tape, But anyways, that to me is just like. But nobody pays attention to that shit. They're like, oh, it's amazing. They're like, wait a minute, but just yesterday you had like a 10-second delay. Let's just go back to the moon. You guys do know that Nixon had a phone call with the astronauts on the moon. Remember that shit? Y'all remember that?
Yeah.
A live conversation supposedly on the moon, 250 miles in space, which is from the Earth, which is where the space station is.
250 miles in space. That's not far, man.
No. It where the space station is. And there's a 12-second delay.
Oh, 250 miles. Okay.
Yeah. The moon, damn near, I don't know, a million, I don't know, I forget what it is, 600, 500,000 miles, whatever it is. And he was able to have a completely, hey, what's going on? Hey, we're on the moon. Hey, congratulations. You did doing great for me. No delay. I mean, people don't pay attention to that shit. Think about that. And, and when you ask questions, you're like, you're just a conspiracy theorist. No, I just look at I just have common sense. It makes no sense. I mean, it can't be one way one day and one way another way the other day. It just can't be that way. Follow. And that's if you want to break down any. I think you mentioned it earlier, Chris. You're like, well, I'm not smart enough to understand the science. And that's what they want you to think. Physics is physics, man. Real science is science. I mean, it either is or it isn't. But stuff like that, you should be like,
Ted One makes a good point here. He's got this last comment down here. He's like, he
is right. He is right to some extent. I mean, I've seen some walkie-talkies, man, that you can get at Walmart that actually work like 2 to 3 miles away.
Yeah, but what about 250 miles?
Yeah, but that's what he's saying. He's saying that they got the money. I mean, you're the guy that's like, they get this amount of money, so they can build that. A regular company couldn't build like
right. But if that were the case, wouldn't that technology have at least trickled down a little bit, and we'd have had those brick phones, brick cell phones a lot sooner?
So well, let's look at this. So if what they've sold us in the 2000s was T-Mobile was launching satellites in space and shit. You guys remember those commercials? No, I don't. They stopped that shit when people realized it was fake. All right. So if they can launch satellites in space so that I can have a better cell phone coverage on a mountain, Mount Everest, why is it that I can have a 1-to-1 conversation, no delay, half of a second, don't notice? There is a delay when we guys are talking. Even right now, there's a delay. Right, there's buffering going on. Us talking, right? But whenever the satellites in space, I can talk to somebody from a mountain. In fact, a customer just went to the freaking armpit of Russia to hunt bears, and I had to get him a satellite phone, right? And so he was able to talk with his family and everything, and we're able to GPS locate his ass, right? But in space, all right, we're talking about his family's here in Texas. He's going 2,000 miles away to Russia somewhere, and he can have a conversation with his family like he's right here, but he's 250 miles up, not 2,500 miles up, but 250 miles up, and there's a delay. Why can't what I'm saying? Think about that.
That is weird.
It is very weird. But isn't it the same satellite in space that they sold us? That
they're going, when you're talking like someone in California, you hear them as you're talking, and it's going up to a satellite, right? And it's coming down.
Well, supposedly, right? That's what they tell you. Yeah, I mean, that's
what the cell phone, or
that's what the cartoons show me. But what's that?
Is it bouncing between? Is cell phones when you talk to somebody?
It's triangulation. It's bounce. You're moving from tower to tower. Absolutely.
Tower. Yeah, so it's on the Earth, going all the way across.
Yeah, yeah. You're going from tower to tower. So,
but I'll tell you right now, I figured out why we have not gone back to the moon.
Why?
Because Decepticons are on the dark side of the moon.
He's not wrong.
Yeah. It is Sky High even has friends on the dark side of the moon, doesn't he? See?
He does.
Is Megan Fox there too?
Oh, did you see that article about her? Oh my Lord.
What, Chris? What?
Oh my gosh,
What?
dude! You guys aren't even. Man, I started watching this thing and I was like, they're crazy. They're crazy. She's crazy, man.
Who?
Most chicks are, but then you add that level of, hotness.
You know
or
who
whatever,
Robbie
and-
Starbuck is?
No.
He's like a conservative guy. He lives in Tennessee. He put out like a comment, I guess, because he lived in the same area that she did years ago when they were having their kid. When they her and
And she was with the dude from 90210
Yeah,
or whatever.
Brian Austin Green or
Green. Yeah.
and the nanny would take the boys that she's got to the like a park or something like that. And this Robbie Starbuck and his wife had a kid around the same age, and they'd be at the park and everything like that, and they'd know the nanny and the kids and everything. And evidently, Robbie Starbuck puts out because he's a little concerned now, and he says he's kind of upset that he didn't say this earlier. But like the oldest boy, because they're raised as transgender or
Gender neutral, or
no, they dress up as girls.
but they're boys.
They were born boys or whatever, and they're dressed up
Gotcha.
as girls. So, and
To each their own, but
but the oldest boy had a breakdown at like this thing or whatever. You got to see that. I'd have to bring up the tweet to be more accurate, but had a breakdown and was like, basically saying they make me wear these clothes or whatever. And then something
isn't that
came
kind
up
of like
about
some kind of syndrome or something from the parents? Kind of like
I guess I don't know, but
Well, I
then
mean-
if they forcing it. I mean,
but then they like a picture was out recently, and all of her boys. She has 3 boys, and they're all dressed as girls.
Oh,
And
man.
he said something about it. He said,
I could even almost buy if one of your children, maybe if one of your boys, but all 3.
Well,
that,
she,
I think that
she went on
speaks-
record. This is
you
the
know.
weird part about it. This is a couple points were brought up about this that I saw. So she said that she could feel that they were transgender when
she
she
could
was
feel they
pregnant.
were feminine or whatever, and
Right. When
I know where this is coming from her. She was like, she actually came out against.
yeah.
Hello.
Is that
Oh,
you,
wow.
Con?
No,
No?
that's Harry. It's like, right. Or, I know that's not Chris. Chris doesn't have dogs. He has cats.
Oh,
But
dude, I have like
He has
3
dog. He knows
dogs,
he's a dog.
dude.
I know you have dogs.
big. Like, you know what? I'm gonna have my dog. I'm gonna send my dog. I'm gonna send my dog to your house, and you're gonna be like, holy moly!
Holy
My
moly.
big dog is the biggest. It's huge. He's huge. But anyway, go ahead.
Poodles aren't that big, bro. But
Come on.
the standard is I got my mama.
Oh, wait a
standard
minute.
poodle.
Let me right before you finish that. Let me finish that story because I don't want to forget this part. The point is that there are no girls in the house
But her.
the mom. So the mom has to. I didn't even think about this. The mom has had to go out and buy the boys, girls' clothes. They wear dresses, things like that. And these are young kids. And I was like, whoa. I would recommend. I'll look for the tweet or whatever. And she replied to it, and it turned into a little bit of a shit.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, I see you, dude.
Yeah, she replied to him. She was like, "You're a clout chaser and everything like that." And
So
he
then they
replied.
started going back and forth on social
Well,
media, which
He
makes
posted
it. Even,
it. She replied. He posted, and his final post was. I was like, "Wow, you make a very."
So he
good
makes
argument. I
good
mean,
valid points. Yeah.
Yeah, I was very surprised by that because my daughter came to me a while back and she was like, "Oh yeah, she was with Machine Gun Kelly,
Machine
and all
Gun
that kind of
Kelly,
stuff."
yeah.
And they were drinking their blood, and I was like, "Who? What?" And she was
Yeah.
like, "They're drinking blood," and I was like, "No," because
That's
I
what
like
they-
Machine Gun
That's
Kelly.
what
I listened to some of his
Bob Thornton
stuff.
did with Angelina Jolie, the blood.
Yeah,
stuff.
not his last album, but the one tickets to my downfall. That was
Yeah,
a great
yeah.
album. It really was, and it had a very much Blink 182 feel
Yeah,
because of Travis
actually enjoyed
Barker.
it.
Because of Travis Barker.
I like
Yeah.
his complaints, man.
Yeah. That's what my sister,
Yeah.
or not my sister, my daughter was saying. She was like, I said, I like his music. She's like, yeah, so do I. And she was talking about Travis Barker and all that, and
Yeah.
him, and I said, that goes back to my days. I said, he's not like a teenager, right? She's like,
Right.
yeah, I know. I'm like, well, he's closer to my age than yours. But anyway, I'll look for that tweet. But it came back when he came back, he summarized it all, and he was like, if anything, I'm not clout chasing. I'm more concerned, and I'm more disappointed in myself for not saying something earlier. But I figured with the public outburst that he had, that it would have been something that would have been taken care of, and he didn't follow up with it. But he had recently seen a picture, and he's like, evidently you didn't listen to him when he was.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. So I will say this: one of my wife's acquaintances has had a young son.
Thank you, man.
And always from an early age, the son was feminine. Play with Barbies. Wanted to dress, whatever, and the mom didn't. The parents didn't push it on the kid. The kid was just that way. So I mean, I guess I could see that, but 3 of your kids, to me, that's the adults.
Yeah.
If you had maybe the one-off, sure.
They might consider grooming if it's the other way around, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's and my wife's friend has other kids too that are perfectly normal. But this, not that that's not normal. It's just
all normal.
It's just different. Yeah, they're all normal. I'm just saying it's different. That just is that way. I mean, the kid's great too. I mean, but what are you going to do? I mean, if somebody feels a certain way and this, that, the other, I mean, I don't know. I think in today's day and age, people are too worried about other people. Like, mind your own business. Like, just let people be happy as long as they're not hurting anybody. Just,
Well, as long as you're not hurting your kids,
well, that too. Yeah. I mean, obviously, but I think people are too worried about other people. You know what I mean? And
that's what I'm saying. That's for maps.
Yeah. It's crazy, man. And Wise Choice Money hits it. Yeah, that's definitely the difference, man. It's I don't know. Just all 3 of your kids. To me, that's like you said, man. It's something's wrong there.
Well, it goes back to the old saying of like, I mean, you let people live and everything like that. But at the same time, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all.
Yeah.
And I think that's lost in a lot.
Well, the internet, man, it's like you can hide behind that keyboard now. So you can be a troll. Yeah. And people are just hateful on the internet, man, because they don't have to face you. They don't have to stand in front of your face and catch a punch.
We know a lot of people. We know a lot of people that put those types of words when, the integrity and honor should be to keep it to yourself, or go somewhere else with it, know. And it seems like, I mean, you just like we could be on here right now. Someone comes in and is like, I don't like Chris's face. And I'd be like, okay, well, why don't you just go somewhere else?
Right. And just leave. Right. You don't have to be here, Yeah.
They're actually typing it in, and it's like, you know what? I could see if you accidentally said something, or you just said something out of spite or whatever in a conversation. Sometimes those are mix-ups and you don't mean those, whatever. But you're literally typing it. You're saying it in your head multiple times while you type it out, and you're hitting enter. And it's like, that.
Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Where'd he go?
Now we're gonna have a good time.
Bro, you did. You took everybody.
I liked it. I like it. Hell yeah.
I was like, we're gonna have a good show now.
Yeah, man.
We're gonna sit here and watch Kryptonian backstage getting mad, and we're gonna talk about him the whole time.
I'm used to it. All those days I wasn't on lives, you just talking all this crap, bro.
Oh, whatever, buddy.
All this crap, dude. I heard. I'm just joking.
Yeah, I don't know if I ever
you would act. No, you would tell me to my face. That's you.
Yeah, I would probably be like, Kryptonian, you're a jerk.
Backstage to my face. Yeah.
Well,
you did that one time. Did that one time.
So do you have carpal tunnel or what, Kryptonian?
No. I was moving. We're doing some work at my dad's house, and I sprained my wrist moving some stuff around the house, some tables and counters and stuff.
I'm just curious.
Yeah. It kind of comes and goes, And I was playing on my keyboard couple hours yesterday. Now it's starting to hurt again. So
It's just too much low hanging fruit for me. I
There you go,
can't even
right.
crack a joke. It's just too low hanging for me.
That's too easy, right?
Too easy.
Too
Yeah.
easy.
Is it low hanging or just hanging?
Yeah. Yeah.
How's it hanging there, NR?
You tell me, brother. You tell me.
and here I thought you cared, Terry. Son of a.
I do care.
I was trying to open up a jar of peanut butter, man. That's what freaking
Yeah.
happened. Okay, and I
Yeah.
can't do it.
Pickle jar. Yeah. That's funny. I hope you feel better there, brother. It's always
Oh
shitty.
yeah, man. You know,
That's when you know you're getting old, right?
Oh, yeah, dude. I'm like, damn. It's been 3 days. Why does it still freaking hurt?
Yeah.
You know, it's actually been longer than 3 days.
Trust
but-
me, I'm working my
Oh
ass off.
man, on Saturday I went to this past Saturday. My brother-in-law and sister-in-law had a like a cookout for the 4th of July, so they did it on Saturday. Got family and friends together, and we were out. We were playing some basketball. They got like a basketball hoop, and then we were throwing the football around.
How's your
We threw, the
shoulder?
we threw the football around for an hour or two, maybe even a little bit longer. Man, the next day I woke up Sunday, man. I'm putting ice on my shoulder. I'm like,
Yeah, man. Same here,
I'm like,
dude.
man, I am hurting, man. It's crazy.
Yeah,
Crazy.
I was trying to throw a baseball a couple of months, probably last year. I was living in this apartment, and downstairs in the game, they had this game room downstairs, and they had like this. It's like what is it called? It's like a virtual. Oh man, what's it called? Yeah, it's like the virtual golf swing. So they had like
Yeah.
you're looking at the screen. You can play golf, or you
Mhm.
can throw baseball, or throw a ball. You can pitch, swing, bat. So I thought, let me pitch. And I'm sitting there pitching like I was freaking in high school again.
Right.
man.
Trying to throw 90-mile-an-hour fastballs.
Yeah,
you know?
I got up to just like high 80s, right? Like right. Anyway, so
He's a lefty too.
I'm a lefty too, yeah. And for a year, okay,
A year.
A year?
I mean, I always
You didn't
felt
think
it.
of going to the doctor or something like
Right.
that?
I did.
Pulled a
I did.
tendon
I
or
did,
tendon or
actually.
something?
I went to the
Man.
doctor a couple of days later, and they're like, "Oh, surgery." I'm like, "Oh, hell no, I ain't doing that." So then I went to my in-laws referred me a doctor called, or I guess it's a practice called,
Orthopedist.
not an
Like
orthopedist, but Orthosi or Orthosi. I forget what it's called, but they believe more in a more of a holistic type
Holistic.
approach.
Yeah.
Holistic.
Yeah, so holistics where they're doing like they're actually massaging the
Mm-hmm.
areas and stuff, and
Sure.
they're having me do more of a therapeutic like exercises, and it worked, man.
Strengthening the muscles around it and stuff.
That's
like
exactly
that.
what it
and
was.
it did work, huh?
100% worked, and I'll never forget this. The orthopedic doctor surgeon was like, he had me go and get a X-ray and
Yep.
MRI. He showed me. He goes, "Yeah, this is where it's damaged. This is where it's torn, and you're gonna need surgery. You'll never be the same." It went away, man. A couple of days later, after I went to that one doctor, and I'm like, I'm a believer now. I mean, the guys. I mean, no pun intended, but doctors are mechanics. You know what I mean? They're like, tell me,
And they're in business to make money.
100%.
To take money from your insurance company.
That's it. Yeah.
Again, dude, 16 years old, lost a scholarship to Georgia Tech for playing baseball.
Dude,
I
yeah.
have 2 titanium clips holding the tendon to the bone in my right shoulder from a car accident.
Dude, man, it probably could have been, an alternative right to that, right?
Maybe.
right.
I mean, they did the same thing, like
Yeah,
you
yeah.
did. And this,
If you think about it, if a doctor asks you, "Can you please, what's your insurance before I see you?" That kind of tells you how the visit's going to go.
yeah.
Oh, you're self-pay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. He can see you next week.
I'm pretty
type
sure
thing.
I told the story about my daughter. We took her to, she went to the dentist or whatever. Dentist is like, "Oh, you got like 3 cavities." I'm like, "What?" Like, the child brushes her teeth. She's never had any cavities before. Like, this is just weird. So go get a second opinion. Second dentist is like, "Nah, she's good. Like, there's no cavities at all. They were just trying to get the insurance, man.
Yeah, sure.
We'll fill her teeth. She'll be all right. We'll get
Yeah,
this,
dude.
$1,000 or whatever they're going to get paid." It's crazy, man. It's
But
crazy.
there's a big Netflix.
And had I just said yes, they'd have been drilling in her teeth. And I mean, it's ridiculous, man.
There's a big documentary on Netflix that a doctor did that.
Well,
He
they were.
became a dentist. Did that.
I don't doubt it.
Fillings and stuff, and getting government money to pay for it.
I don't doubt it.
He was just recommending filling and suggesting
Just
fill-ins.
do it. Yeah, just do it,
It's crazy.
Oh man,
regardless, because you got paid for it.
jeez, dude.
Yeah.
It's too easy, man.
Well,
Dude.
then what happens is you get your insurance companies that don't want to pay for certain shit.
Oh yeah, dude.
or
Yeah.
limit the amount of medication you can get, and now the insurance companies have a say over whether or not you can get this procedure, that procedure. So it's like, all it takes is a few yahoos
Sounds
to screw
like-
it up, and
Sounds
yeah,
like, what is that? Obamacare? Yeah.
Obama Llama.
Yeah, I remember that bullshit.
don't get me started.
You can choose the doctors that you want. Then they pass a law. Well, you can't choose
And
the
then-
doctor that you want.
And then,
fuck
as
does
a
that-
business owner, your health insurance costs go up 3 to 4 times what they
Yeah, dude.
were
Bro, it
because
changed-
somebody's got to pay for it.
It changed the growth of my business.
Yeah, man, me too.
Hundredfold, dude. I
Yep.
mean, I literally had to
Good
go.
for you,
I had to
right?
take. I had to pivot because of that
Yep,
shit.
Me
you know?
too. I'm right there with you.
Fuck, man.
That's why I brought that up.
No.
I knew you would feel the pain.
Yeah,
Ouch.
man.
Ridiculous, man. It's
Yeah,
absolutely ridiculous.
what's the elections have consequences, man. At the end of the day.
110%.
Have you seen Robert Kennedy Jr. doing push-ups in his bare chest? That guy.
Yeah, I saw it. And he was like in the
He's
70s,
jacked.
bro.
He's not jacked.
He's jacked, bro. What am I? I feel like what the hell am I? What am I?
I'll keep my
I'm
shit
complaining
on,
about
dude.
this shit. Chris, how come you ain't doing push-ups, bro?
What? What?
He's like,
JFK
man, I'm checking my portfolio.
RFK Jr., man. Have you seen
Yeah.
that dude
He's
doing push-ups?
jacked. On that video. Your mic's muted.
You're
Your
muted there, Brozak.
I
But
just went,
you know how Joe Biden was like, he's talking to a guy at one of his before I guess
I don't even want to hear it. But anyway,
Love it.
I was just talking
I'll-
about
hey,
how I really
Kryptonian,
appreciate
I'm
you.
removing myself. Yeah, I deserve that. I'm sorry.
but we're talking about is it RFK? His name Robert?
Yeah.
Right?
RFK Jr.
Dude, he's jacked, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, he is jacked, man.
I want to see Biden say, "Let's do push-ups." I want to see Biden say that shit, right?
Listen here, Jack. No, right?
You know what? Come on, man.
Come on,
Come on, man.
You know, and then get it.
Come on.
And he goes over there and just like knocks him out or whatever. I mean, I guess that'd be elder abuse. I mean,
No, the
Biden
both
said
old.
Not when you're
Adrian,
the same age, man. I'm
They're-
talking about him and RFK did, actually.
they're
I like-
huge.
That'd be hilarious. I'd like to see them on a debate. They're not gonna do a debate because I already know what's gonna happen.
Well, Biden's not going to debate anybody.
No, especially Robert, RFK because what RFK's gonna do, he's gonna just go in the middle of the debate. He's gonna go to the center stage, start doing push-ups.
Yeah.
Take your shirt off.
Yeah.
Who's
Yeah.
jacked?
Gus is 150% correct. What you guys are talking about Obamacare, Chris is over there making money.
Yeah.
He's over there
Are
trading,
you see-
checking his
are you looking at my
portfolio.
screen?
We can see, your in your
I
glasses.
can see it on your glasses.
Yeah,
Yeah,
bro.
Oh
I
shit!
can see the green candles.
All right, that's it. That's it. All right, I'm gonna
You
use
can't
a
rock
different.
That's a lot of zeros there, man.
Yeah, it's like, damn, really? I mean,
10 grand. Wow.
you could wait 5 minutes.
Right. That's funny.
He always does that, man. Well,
I get these alerts, and I gotta put my position. I gotta, never mind. Go ahead.
alerts like from about you gotta do some swaps and stuff. No need for the brace, just use your right hand. That way it feels like a stranger, bro.
I still want to know what's
I didn't even read that out loud, bro. You got me on now. How's it going? I'm married. I don't need to do that.
Oh, Mint, are you concerned about you're concerned about my comment on Crypto Star Daily's YouTube channel? Yeah,
No.
I stand behind that comment, and I agree with his video, and he doesn't. I've never seen anything, and he didn't talk about anything in there about the community, but he talked about other things, and yeah, I stand behind that
I
comment.
don't think
and
I
I'd
saw
post
that
again.
video. Now I'm gonna have to go look.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna have to go
Yeah.
watch it.
Yeah, it's a very informative one and everything
Okay.
like that, and it's not anything that we don't already know.
And you
No.
just made a somewhat
That's an
you made a
excellent
comment.
video.
Okay.
And
I mean,
I think it is. Or excellent.
there you go.
Yeah, excellent video.
The
Oh,
way
so
they
he-
kind of
good
broke
job.
it down and
He's,
He's got-
saying
he's got
that
a-
he hates
a-
the community.
He's
Okay.
got like a small following, starting up and everything like that. And if he wants to talk about Brian and stuff like that, I mean, that doesn't mean I agree with him or if I, but if he talks about the community, yeah. But if that concerns you, I apologize. But I'm not going to do that. So, there's that.
yeah, Chris is gonna be Chris regardless. I mean,
Mhm.
I know that. We've had many a conversation. I know the type of man you are. You're gonna, if you're thinking it, you'll say it. you
Yeah.
know, and
I
you'll
mean,
stand
I've been
behind
on
it.
lives
Yeah.
where people are saying stupid things, but I still support them. And like, well, okay, I like you.
Mhm.
Hey, you're dumb.
Yeah, and
Yeah, we're
I
friends.
don't always feel like you're talking about me.
and Kryptonian appreciates that, Chris.
Thank you, Chris.
Yeah, and men, I would, I hope you don't get upset, but I do that. So if you do follow me around, I mean, my thing is, it got your attention that you went and watched it. So, what did you think of the video? If you didn't like the video, then let him know, or don't say anything, like we were saying before.
And you could not even like the content of the video, but you could like how it was presented, how they presented the information.
Yeah.
And again, if it's stuff we already know, no harm,
He's
no
a
foul.
good guy. If he doesn't like Brian, I mean, I'm not going to go over there and be like, you need to like Brian, and I'm sure maybe Brian, if someone says something bad about Brian, but hey, he likes their content, Brian might even say, hey,
Yeah.
I like
think
it.
Brian's even one of those guys that have said there's no such thing as bad publicity. So.
Right. And I would be an idiot to not listen to every point of view. And
OBZ he had to know that Chris is an honest transgender man, and I appreciate you. I mean, I think that I think you're right, OBZ. That I mean, there are just some things that what happened. What did I read that wrong?
I don't like that at all. No.
No, but Chris, when he sees a spade, he calls it, he calls a spade a spade.
Yeah, man.
And that's what I need in my life, man. So be honest with me, or or that means if you're not being honest with me, that means you're gonna lie to me. I don't need liars in my life, bro. So I appreciate you. So.
Yeah, but I would recommend Crypto Star Daily's channel. I enjoy his videos. He does have a he does have a bias, but I mean, really, if you go watch a YouTube channel, people have bias about all kinds of things.
Oh yeah.
At the same time, somebody, I can't think of anybody off the top of my head that I watch, but like BitBoy, BitBoy, I watch him sometimes and I'm like, man, you are off the chain. I don't even, what are you talking about? But at the same time, if I have the time or whatever, he informs me, gives me some information and everything like that. And the stuff that Crypto Star is talking about, I mean, if you don't know that by now, what he's talking about, you have not done your research. So
who do you who?
Crypto Star Daily?
No. You said you really like the other bit.
You're not going to play that music and do that thing to me.
I'm already playing the music.
I'm not falling for it, bud.
He's already recording it for you.
No, but I don't know. I haven't seen Crypto Star at all. I need to go check out his video. Is it? You said he's relatively new. He's got like a small following, I guess.
Well, I don't know how big it was, but I think he's got a ton of videos. I mean, he does a lot of stuff. He seems like a genuinely nice guy. And Mint's right. He does not like Brian. And Mint also brings up about that brewed coffee. I was in that Discord, and I was in there, and I was finding out information and everything like that. And I was met with a lot of hostility from the people in there. And I would legitimately was just looking for the information that they had. And I appreciated it. Thank you very much. And I left the Discord. I mean, they were very mean to me, and I was like, listen, I just want the information, and I don't want any hassle, and I'm not spying.
What were you in Brood?
Yeah, I was
in the Brood Discord,
and they were just like,
Kryptonian and I have had the pleasure.
Yeah, they're like, what are you doing here? You're a spy for Brian Legend. I'm like, really?
Spies, like,
I don't even Brian Legend and I don't even know each other. All I know him from is what.
I mean, the spy. It's not like it's a private club. I mean, it's open to everybody.
Right,
so
and that's my whole point. It's like I want to hear what
you're a spy. Door. Well, the door's open for everybody.
Right, and I think that it's
Crypto Star Daily has 2.08K subscribers. So
yeah,
2,000. So over 2,000 subscribers. So that's
got a ton of videos.
You got like 300. That's more than me.
Yeah, right.
That's an influencer right there.
If I'm going to sit here and tell people in my community to constantly do your own research, and I do a video about doing your own research and looking into projects and things like that. And if I'm not practicing this stuff behind the scenes, see, I'm not doing this.
You got to get all opinions, all.
Right. I'm not going to put a comment on Crypto Star Dailies because someone in the community might see it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be that person. I'm going to be like this. I'm doing my research. I watched his video. I enjoyed the way he presented it. I enjoy his talking and the way it seemed like he was genuine and stuff like that. Learned some information. And I'm still here. And if I didn't do my own research, then I'd be pretty hypocritical of telling everybody to make sure you do your own research when you're, I don't think anybody's going to tell me anything I don't already know about Brian Legend and Plan B and the Vulcan and Seifu and all that kind of stuff, but they might, you know, and I don't think it's going to change my opinion and everything, but it might. And it'd be very hypocritical of me to be like, everybody needs to do your own research, but I'm not going to,
Right.
you know.
Yeah.
Hope it doesn't offend anybody, but that is who I am. And if it does offend you, I didn't mean to offend you.
So
Yeah. If you're pissed at me,
That's-
that means you're listening to me. So I mean, I see it as a compliment.
can I ask a weird question? If it's off topic, just say skip it, okay? So I missed backstage before you guys went live.
Mm-hmm.
Did all the folks who were cut off get turned back on?
Cut off of where? Wait, I mean, what are we talking
Uh,
about?
A lot of folks were cut off Discords.
Oh,
because of the
okay.
Drama.
You mean like
I
Chalk
don't
Talk and stuff
drama.
like that? Kind of how Chalk Talk got the boot?
Well, yeah, and then Sky High was turned off, and other people turned off. Are they all come back on? They all had access granted again, or what?
I
That's a good
don't know.
question.
I honestly don't think Chalk is back,
Well,
unfortunately.
that's her decision. I think that's her decision. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not so sure about the others. Sky, you're watching Sky High. So
I'm not trying to cause drama. I promise. I just was just wondering.
no, I think it's a fair question. You know, if Daniel and Brian can
Right.
make up, why
Yeah,
can't
right.
everybody
Exactly.
else? Yeah. Can't we just all get along? You know?
Okay.
Right.
I think it's another important. I know we're talking about something important, but I think we want to bring this up here because Massimo, he says we know that DP took money under the table. I mean, I don't know that. There's a story out there one way or the other, but I seriously don't know what happened. DP spent the money the wrong way. Still don't know for sure. Brian was pissed. That's the story. How much have you taken?
Well, I think
people
Daniel.
on the panel.
Sorry,
I think he talked about, but
Right.
people on the panel from Brian have taken directly or indirectly.
Me personally, wait, me personally,
Mhm.
a goose
I
egg,
haven't taken shit from Brian.
nothing, ever.
Daniel's never given me anything, and none of these people on the other than
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Prado said on his live. I mean,
Yeah.
he admitted that Brian gave him,
$5
or
grand.
he went to Brian because he got wrecked in Esco.
yeah. I don't think that, but that's my thing. Is I think that I thought it was presented. I don't think that Daniel was paid something to
Right.
be up there, whatever. It was like a loan from buddy to buddy or something.
Right.
And if it was spent wrong or whatever, that's between them. I
So-
don't know that.
Yeah. So what I got from this
Good.
situation, and again, this is just from the outside, from what I've heard, and this, that, the other. It sounded like Dan got wrecked in Esco. I guess he needed some
25
funds.
grand, 25
Reached out to Brian. Brian said, "All right, man, I'll take care of you." Tossed
Yeah.
him like five stacks,
Yeah.
and then I guess Dan.
Turn it down a little, Crip.
Yeah, I'm turning it off.
I guess Dan spent
lower.
it somewhere, not necessarily on Worldwide Token. But
Mhm.
then I guess if you're Brian, you're like, hey, man, why are you asking me for money if you've got money to spend making a token, regardless if you spent the actual funds that I gave you? I think
Right.
that was kind of Brian's point, but which, you know, again, that's between those two guys. I think I'm with Chris. That stuff probably shouldn't have been aired out live. That's stuff you keep behind the scenes, regardless of, I don't necessarily think it was under the table money or like,
Yep.
hey, thanks for bringing all these people for me to take advantage of. Like, it wasn't that.
But the only thing the four of us have ever gotten is our
Yeah.
friendship.
I've never taken anything from
Right.
Brian.
The four
Well,
of us-
I have to disclose some stuff. So let me. And it says about if you take anything from Brian. Listen, I go back to the same thing. I've
you
never
made money
received-
off of Brian. Yes, you
Yeah,
did.
I've never asked Brian for anything. I've never received anything from
I
Brian.
don't even think I've gotten a
Yeah.
super chat from Brian or
I
anything.
think the only thing I've ever gotten from Brian was blocked and banned. I think.
Yeah.
I did get
Then
that
we
too.
put it.
I
That
did
and
get
that
too.
that was. That
I don't
was
even think he's
nice.
ever. He
It had
might not
had
even
a
know.
little bow on it.
Yeah.
It smelled like perfume, women's perfume. But
I've never
it smelled
gotten
good.
anything from Brian. I've never gotten a. I've never got. I don't think he's ever even been on my channel. I'm not even sure if he knows I have a channel, and I ain't no likes, nothing like that, things like that. I have nothing. He doesn't interact with me at all. He doesn't owe me anything, and I have never taken anything from him or anything like that. But I've gotten tons of things off of like the community.
Money.
Because community have sent me things and stuff like that. So I mean, I should probably disclose that there are people in the community that are friends with me that I've gotten actually one of my bottles.
Greek keeps sending you Vol.
Yeah. I keep getting involved, but I've gotten
gifts.
a couple of bottles of bourbon.
That's cool.
Four Roses. Four Roses.
No, that was actually
that was yours.
That was my sister's. Or
well, that's but that's a little different though, Chris. That's a hey man, thanks for being the guy that you are. We appreciate you, and man.
But they're in the comments.
But there was that one guy that gave you herpes. I mean, I guess there were just some gifts that.
And if Brian and okay, let's say if that ever came up or anything like that, and Brian was like, "No, you have to," I'd be like, "No, Brian, I can't take anything.
No,
it would be wrong for me to do it, and I wouldn't.
You can't cure that. You can't cure that.
And I'm pretty sure that he's
the gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah,
I would say that the four of us are independent of outside forces. Like I have 5 followers, so it doesn't really matter. But the four of us.
Well, they're 5 very.
I wouldn't actually say I actually follow you, but I do.
I don't think you subscribe. You don't follow me. But I don't think that guy's comment is stupid because he doesn't. Sorry, is uninformed because he doesn't know us. Because none of us have pandered to any of the people in the communities to be followed. Right. So we're just 4 friends on live stream. And just us 4 talking, we don't care. Right. There's 100,000 people following us. We don't care.
I don't want to offend people. I do want to be honest with them, and I do want to educate them whatever I can. And if that means that I shouldn't be on here tomorrow, I could wake up and not be on another live ever again. Right. I mean, I'm not saying that I'm mad.
We wouldn't like that. We wouldn't like that though, Chris, because I think you bring a lot of value. I think you bring
if it was a problem and people in the community were like, well, we don't like Chris because whatever. And I'd be like, oh, well, if I'm not helping you guys and the community and the influencers and stuff, I wouldn't help. I'd be like, you're right. I shouldn't be a part of you guys' lives.
But the 3 of us that know you care about the community a lot. So
yeah, I'd still hang out with you guys, even though you guys are kind of weird. But
of course,
they're kind of weird, but they're my guys.
I wear that like a badge.
Yeah,
badge of honor.
yeah, definitely a badge, a little badge.
Wait,
Teddy won.
A little button, like a flare.
Yeah, like a nipple ring.
Crazy? No, he mistyped it. That Greek guy's crazy about women.
Okay, because you can't say, "Oh, I'm crazy. I'm certified."
He's definitely girl crazy. I mean, it's crazy.
I think I think maybe I have upset at Teddy one. He's like, "Yo, MFers need to grow up." I'm like, sorry, buddy.
Teddy one, really?
Yeah, I don't. If I did anything with Teddy, man, I'm sorry. I've always thought he's a good guy and he was a good buddy, but sorry about that, man.
I don't think he's talking to you, bro. I think somebody.
I don't think he's talking about you.
I think he means that those are making assumptions. But I think Massimo was just asking, like, "Hey, have you guys taken anything?" Because the story is Prado dead. Really, I don't think he was saying.
Oh well, don't they? Because usually in the things like biz them, they tell them to do the at somebody, and when they don't, they're talking to us.
Right. Well.
Not everybody listens, though.
Yeah, not everybody listens. Yeah.
So
yeah. All right. Well, Teddy one. Hopefully, if I've
one.
offended you, I am sorry, and reach out to me, and I will do what I can to correct it.
Exactly. He gives away Bitcoins to those that he pisses off.
But since we're here, I want to break in because this.
Let's just say he's paying me child support. But go ahead, bro.
This is for Teddy one. So here we go. I'm sorry, buddy, if I offended you and made you mad.
If anybody thinks I'm being paid off,
yeah, that's Teddy. Teddy said not you for. Yeah,
I have 64.
Oh, okay, all right.
Followers.
Yeah. So, thanks, bro.
I'm being paid off.
Biz knows. If people were getting out of hand, Biz take care of it. I'll tell you that right now. Thanks, Biz.
Oh, Teddy. Oh, there now it comes in. Okay, all right, yeah.
He said, "Chris, you my dude." I figured. Yeah.
I mean,
Gus is like, I should grow up. Gus, I am never gonna grow up, buddy. So
man, anybody on at least my lives, I can say whatever I want. No one ever gets banned. I don't block anybody.
Why? Right.
I want to hear what you have to say.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I can even bring this. Where to go? Nope, not that one. The one right before that.
Greek.
Unfortunately, I think some people are feeling this way because of some of the stuff that just went down, because of some of the changes with the vesting and just everything that's going on over the period of time. There are some people in the community that feel that way. I'm sorry that they do. It sucks that we're here now we're hopefully so close to the blockchain coming out, and you feel that way. But I do know that realistically there are some people in our community that feel that way.
I'm gonna pull that back up because the good news is you will be able to get out in about 14, 18 months.
Right.
1 month at a time. So just so patience
right.
is
just hang in there.
Just hang in there, brother.
Just hang in there.
1 month at a time, man. You get to
I guess you could always sell your seed. You could always sell your seed phrase to somebody if they're willing to buy it. I mean,
yeah, you can sell wallet. That's a very good point. You can certainly still get out of it by just selling your wallet.
You could.
And unless you have a node and you've already KYC, then it's a little bit different, right? It's a lot hairier.
Well, you can still, even if you've already KYC'd, if you want to get out, there are ways to get out of. I've seen it happen.
There is a definite way that you can. You can do that.
Yep. I was part of a transaction where that had to happen. Actually, 2 transactions where that had to happen, and Assured DeFi they were a little slow in getting back, but they made it all happen.
Cool.
So yeah, there is a way. If you've already KYC, now you might have to pay again. That's kind of where they get you. You might have to pay that $200 some again, but
I'll see your dollar, Teddy. I'll see your dollar. I'll raise you 25.
I think there's bidding wars going on.
I'll raise you.
Are they bidding on buying somebody's Vulcan wallet?
Yeah.
They buying the seed phrase. I did have a dude that was trying to buy
right now, $50, 50 BUSD right now. Just do it.
I did have a dude that was trying to sell a seed phrase.
How much is it? I mean, because
what's he holding? What's he holding?
It's kind of convenient because I have 3 wallets.
Right. How much you holding?
I'll buy all your wallets right now, Chris.
You buy all my wallets
right now.
Well, I think for you to buy my wallets in Vulcan right now, I wouldn't take less than $850,000.
Okay. I actually have 850 pesos.
I thought I saw those zeros on his glasses.
Yeah. There's no that's what you'd have to pay me right now. And I would be taking a loss.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Because not only are you the Bitcoin daddy, you're the Vulcan daddy. I remember that. You guys.
No, well, now just saying, aren't they rebasing even more too?
Yeah. I would be taking a loss because that $850,000 is what it was when it stopped.
Right.
And that's right.
And
turn
then,
back on.
So I couldn't take that money out day one when Vulcan launches, but by the time I could take that all that money out, I'll make 3 times what I would make.
There you go, guys.
By me taking $800,000, I would be losing.
And I'll tell you this: Chris showed me something backstage where I can see how that's possible. Just what you showed me with your other project that you're in.
Yeah, with you know what? And that's the funny thing about it. I was going to mention Sky High. He's here too. Him and I had a conversation about that the other day.
Yeah, because he's in that one too.
And I told him the wrong number. I was like, I told him the amount, and he was like acted like he was unimpressed. And I'm like, oh, well, usually people are like, wow. And then I went back and I was like, oh my God. I told him a number that it was like unbelievable.
3 inches, and he knows it's 8, you know?
I think he asked me how much I had out of that. And I said to him like 4,000. And I was talking about the wrong thing. But so, Sky High. And if this confuses you, just call me. We'll talk about it, whatever.
Well, yeah, what you
I'm
showed
on the verge of $1 trillion.
What you showed me I'll tell you this. What you showed me with the project, I can see how Vulcan can definitely pay in the same way, holding through investing. So
that's
I see
what I'm saying. Yeah.
And as long as you've been holding it, now what it's doing for you now, I see why you play the long game.
Right.
So that's why I will buy your seed phrase for not your
$1.
Not talking about you, who was it? Teddy One? Well, not Teddy One. One of the guys who's selling it.
Well, that was WTF Gaming TV. Yeah. He said he's selling 4,000 Vulcan. He said he'll sell it for $1,000.
I'll give you one. I'll give you 4 million Pepe coins right now, dude. Let's do it.
Yeah, and Massimo says exactly. This is on top of that. That I'm telling you, my position in Vulcan is free.
Yep.
That is a complete. I reinvested my profits. That was it.
Yeah, and it actually, and this is on a project that is actually considered to be like, I wouldn't say failing, just because
are we talking like drip or something like that? Are we talking drip
like that? Something like that, yeah. And based on where it was and what it is now, this Joker here is killing that shit, man. I was like,
because of the vast amount that he okay.
Not even vast amount. What he's been doing with it.
Ah,
He's
okay.
been letting
Oh,
it
nice.
compound
Sky
and you know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it's
Sky,
very
Sky
very impressive.
Kryptonian saw what I pulled today, and I think you'd be like, because when I talked to you, he was all like, "Oh," I'm like, "Oh, okay." I was thinking he was pulling like way more than me. Wow.
Now I'm interested.
Vulcan is. I'll show it to you backstage. You might be like, "Oh," or you might be the same way. You might be a Sky High, be like, "Dude, that's baby." That's
the crazy thing is currently where the price is now and how many what he's been doing with it, it would pay a good just above average salary here in America annually. You know what I mean? Off of how, and that's with it doing where it is now.
Where it is now.
If it just goes up a little bit,
a smidge, it's gonna
crazy. Yeah.
Wow.
So it's crazy. It's crazy.
Oh yeah. You can't even. And
so
I
again,
do
Bull Run hits. Chris is buying a mega yacht. Is that what you're saying?
No, Chris. That's
no. He's buying another truck.
Well, I'm buying another truck, man. That's you. I mean, there are people that gamble. There are people that drink. Me, it's trucks.
I buy stuff. Is what I do.
I buy stuff.
Barbecue at Chris's house. Bourbon and smokes and meat.
Check this question out.
Massimo,
I got.
We don't have to. Yeah, I cannot confirm nor deny that situation.
Right.
So
if
I don't know who Crypto is, but I'll take the call. I'll take the question.
Right.
If your daughter, capital D, brought Brian, little b, to your house, and where you going in our? As I mentioned the question, you go, okay, I see how it is.
I'm here. I'm eating some food. I'm not trying to be like Pride.
Like Pride.
Well, I can still hear you swallowing, man. But if you're,
I spit.
That's funny. It reminds me of a joke. But if your daughter brought Brian to your house and told you she was marrying him, would you shoot him? Would you shoot him?
What? You would him?
Not after. I would not shoot. I wouldn't shoot anybody. You know, unless my life or friends or family their life was in danger. Obviously, you know. But no, I mean, my daughter wouldn't marry Brian. You know, Brian's too rich for my daughter. There you go. There's no way because she'd have to get a ticket, fly to Australia. You know.
Well, that's not a fair question because you would be in a situation where I think most of us that have daughters would be like Brian Legend. You know, I mean, honestly, the coolest person on the planet could come home and you'd still be like, I might shoot you.
Yeah, I mean, you know, if my daughter, I don't know Brian, but you know, or anyone, I've never met anyone like a Brian, but it's funny. Why was how do you shit someone, man? I don't know, man. It's the whiskey, bro. Floridian slip.
It's ooze out the backside.
But if my daughter saw something in Brian, you know, then because of who my daughter is, and I raised her, I know her character. And she sees something I don't see, I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt at the end of the day. You know, it's not that really, Terry.
Sorry.
Oh.
Yeah, and isn't that what it's about too, Kryptonian?
Yeah,
I mean, you want your kids, especially your daughter, you want your daughters to be happy.
Yeah.
But at the same time, and if they see that something in that person, you give them the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, I mean,
no doubt. And I don't care who it is. My daughter could bring home another chick, whatever, man. As long as that person is making my daughter happy, making my daughter a better person, fulfilling her life. Hey, man.
Well, as long as my daughter doesn't bring home a chick with a dick, I'm okay. But if that chick's fine, you know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm talking about.
What did you say? A chick with a dick?
Say it one more time.
What? No, don't say it. Yes.
What do you mean? What do you mean by that? I don't know.
You know what I mean by that. Brother, you know what? You got internet. You know what I mean by that.
Oh,
you got internet.
I don't understand. I don't understand.
What does that mean?
So, what is that? Why would you just? That's transgender, right?
You know what? No, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't know where it fits in the alphabet anymore.
I'm getting more and more what you're saying. I'm like, dude, I just think, okay.
It's like, wait, what? No, but in all seriousness, I'm up there. I'm up there with you in an R. I mean, it's all like, you know, like I said, knowing my daughters, if she were to bring home, you know, they brought home some bad boyfriends, right? Of course, they all do. But no, at the end of the day, if she's like, this is the man I want to marry, I'm gonna be like, okay, well, you see something I don't see. I want to know. I need to see. I want to meet him. I want to get to know him, and then we'll go from there. But I'm gonna have to trust my daughter's decision that she's making the right choice. It is my job as the dad to help vet that person, but ultimately it's her choice if she wants to marry. And the good news is we're not in the UK anymore, so I don't have to give him a dowry. You know what I'm saying? That didn't happen. Anyways, no, dowry is where the
or in the
dad
UK,
pays.
not use personal pronouns either.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I'm not saying I would be happy about it. I'm not saying that I would be happy about
That'd
it.
be like a big age difference, right? The
Yeah,
age
it would,
difference would be weird, right?
again, I don't really know the man. I know of
But
him.
the age
I know what he
age
puts out
difference.
there on social media and in his lives. I know kind of what he's about just from being in the community and stuff. But on a personal level, I've only talked to him, had personal conversations a few times. So we've never hung out. I didn't get to go to Dubai and break bread with the man. So honestly,
I'll tell you where I will draw the line.
I can't say that, man. I can't say that.
She comes home with Daniel Prado.
Now that's a big no.
I'm just joking.
I'm not joking.
I gave.
I'm not
shit.
joking. I still don't know how Miss Worldwide ended up. I'm like,
can you imagine how
that's a
worse
no.
he would be if he didn't have her in his life?
I'm telling you, man, Daniel just reminds me of one of those dudes at Studio 64 in the 70s, man. And he's all like, and
still,
you're right,
still
man.
driving a Trans Am.
Yeah, he's got the Trans Am. He reminds me of
Big
John
ego on the
Travolta
freaking
walking down,
leather
going-
jacket,
he's
hair
like
slicked back.
doing his dance as he's walking down, eating a big old piece of
Girls
pizza
love
pie.
me, men want to be me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we missed a very good
Playing the Staying Alive soundtrack as he's walking down the street.
yeah.
Going
into
gold
dance.
chains, chest hair,
And Miss Worldwide comes in and is like, stop.
Yeah.
Stop. And he's like, what?
Why
She's
choice
crazy.
is on fire tonight, man.
So look at OBZ's first before we go.
mhm.
He said, first time I met my soon-to-be father-in-law, he told me to get the F out of my house. He says, and then he gets down here. He's like, now he calls me a patient man.
Funny how that happens. I was dating this chick, man. Her dad chased me out of the neighborhood, dude. Like he literally was trying to beat me up.
Dang, man.
He was
I
trying
was
to whip
dating
my
this one.
ass.
I was dating this one chick, and I snuck in her house, and that's
That's
a long
called-
story.
No, just change channel. Stop.
Listen,
No, it's funny,
I
funny,
think
funny story. Funny story.
ahead,
I mean,
go ahead.
it was. I think I was in high school, so it was probably
Crime
like.
Stoppers is watching. You know that, right?
What's that?
Crime Stoppers is watching.
Statutes of limitation, bro.
Right.
I'll be right back.
I don't know what it's all about.
Yeah, but yeah, I remember I had she's like, hey, what are you doing? This is before cell phone guys had a pager, right? So she's like, oh, hey, my parents, we're all eating dinner right now. Why don't you come over? I'm like, all right. I mean, am I gonna be able to come in the house? She goes, no, we can just talk outside my window. I'm like, okay. So I walk about 1.5 miles. I didn't have a car then. I think I was just in the 9th grade, freshman. So so I was at my buddy's house. He's like, where are you going? I said, oh, I'm gonna go see my girlfriend. He's like, well, we can go drop you off. I'm like, nah, I'll walk. I realized I didn't know how far it's actually 2 miles. Damn, I was tired when I got there. But anyways, I get there, and now by the time I get there, okay, what I thought was going to be a 15-minute walk turned into an hour and a half.
Hour and a half
The
later.
sunset has dropped, or the sun has dropped. Now I'm at her window, and she's like, what are you doing here? I'm like, you told me to come over, because remember, no cell phones. So she just assumed I wasn't showing up. She opens, so we're talking, and she's like, well, let's just come on in. So I jump in the window, and she's like, we kind of like, oh shit, I'm in your house. I jump in her closet, and I end up staying in her closet. It's a Friday night. Sunday morning, I'm leaving, but I was in her closet. Hold on, but I was in her closet the whole time. Her parents were supposed to leave and all, so I can get out of the house. I ended up freaking scared. I was scared her dad was going to come in and find me. She's bringing me food. It was funny as shit. We laughed about it, but
where'd you piss?
Right.
I didn't. It was actually Saturday morning. Her parents went to like the grocery store. I remember I had to use the restroom, so I went out to the restroom. Her little brother was sitting there playing, like, I don't know, playing Nintendo or something. I'm just like, fuck, I'm scared. I run back in the closet. Anyways, so I think about that right now. And when I was raising my daughters, let's just say that I was checking closets. Okay, every night. Good night, honey. Good night. I'm giving kids go to bed. Check that closet, because I already know. I know boys, I know men, right? So
Yeah, I snuck into a chick's house.
oh, dude, yeah.
I
mean, I'm not gonna say nothing happened, but nothing happened, right? So
See, we didn't do that where I live. You'd have got shot.
oh, I thought I was gonna get shot 100%. I was like, I'm freaking dead. I got home Sunday night, and my dad was like,
"Where the hell you been,
boy?
son?"
bro, he was pissed. He never
closet.
Yeah, he goes, I never thought.
Did you tell him the actual story?
Yeah,
or
he
did you
didn't
make
believe
some-
me. Nobody believed me, right?
Yeah.
Until she actually
Yeah.
told it. She actually confirmed it. But he's like, he thought I freaking ran away or something. But he laughs about it now. And,
That's hilarious.
he's like,
Massimo. That's hilarious.
I was the boogeyman.
I rock Z.
You
Just so
guys
you
know-
know, too, I rock Z's were very easy to steal.
Oh yeah.
That's actually how I got into the automotive business. I started stealing cars.
I've heard
I was
rumors.
hanging out with some hoodlum friends, right?
right?
And they were
Chop-
into stealing cars.
chopping them up. and
Yeah,
like,
man.
yeah, I can take that
I
apart
had
real
some
quick. I
hoodlum
can put it back
friends.
together.
Did you
And,
guys bring up Wise
yeah.
Choice Money stuff? He's got man.
Yeah,
got
he's
something
killing
on
it,
here.
man.
He's got,
killing
so
it.
your daughter and Brian Legend walk into a bar. Think about it.
Yeah.
Okay, my daughter's 15, so yeah, baseball bats or maps.
Yeah, I usually think like that's
So
not,
no, I'm not saying
that's not bad.
I'm not
enough.
saying Brian's a map. I'm just saying any guy that's that age, my daughter.
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah, yeah. I think it all gets kind of. I mean, you can have your opinions. You can be, whatever. But man, just leave the kids out of it. Just stay away from the kids, man. Just let them grow up, do their
Yeah, I'm with
thing.
you there, Chris.
They turn legal age and
Yep.
they can start making legal age and can start making their decisions because some people
Yeah.
are 18 and they're like 2.
Yeah.
so.
Yeah. No
Check out
doubt.
Wise. Check out Wise. This is to you, NR.
I know.
The automotive business. Yeah, I'm a
Automotive.
artist.
Uh-huh.
I'm a
Yeah.
pharmacist.
Yeah.
And I'm a pharmacist.
Yeah.
You gotta read his
I'm
thing.
a- and I'm a-
man.
Yeah, and I stayed
I'm
in
a
the closet the
consultant.
whole time.
Right.
I'm a consultant.
You gotta read Wise Choice Money's story, man, because it's actually you're like, oh wow, holy shit.
Oh yeah, I read. Yeah, I read.
He's got my mother-in-law works for the U.S. government. And my father-in-law was, and he
It's a pimp. Yeah.
is a pimp. Yeah, he
pimp
messed
turned
up.
preacher.
Turned preacher. If they
Best kind.
can get married, then I have hope for Brian. So that you got that. And then he says, my fiance's a Marine. Can't make this shit up. It's like, dude,
That's a TV series.
I'm
right?
telling you, it's like a TV show, man. And it's like a TV show that you'd watch.
Yeah.
You're like, what's happening next? Oh man. My first car was a 1982 Oldsmobile Delta 88.
How old were you?
454. I had to actually rebuild the engine where they sold it to me
Wow.
before I could drive.
My
it.
first car was
How
an
much
80
cost, Chris?
something. Go ahead.
How much cost you, Chris? Your first car?
First car cost me $50.
When the rebuilt all in.
Oh no, $50 for the actual car. It cost me probably. I had to get a kit from a automotive store. I had to walk up to the automotive store. It was
With
about
your
2 miles
tools?
away. Get a kit to rebuild it. Gaskets, all that stuff, and I had to do it in the. We set it on the frame and everything like that. It was a mess. It was a mess, man. Never thought it'd run, and it ran for a while. And then actually, I had it. I could take it to a place that I could actually work on it, and I worked on it and fixed a lot of things, and I drove it for about 10 years.
Nice. Johnny, your first car?
My dad bought me I think it was like an 85 Cutlass, Oldsmobile Cutlass
Ooh.
Sierra.
Cutlass Sierra.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
a pretty nice vehicle.
Well, hold on, but this is like in 90.
99.
no, it's a good
98
vehicle
or something,
now.
96,
I'd buy
97.
it now.
Well, but it was like it was trash, and I'll never forget this. I'm gonna fix it up. Back in the 90s, Cutlasses were like the Civics of the 2000s. Everybody has a Honda Civic and shit. So I thought I was gonna fix it up, and I'll never forget this. He paid $500 for it. I was like, I really appreciated it. I was heading down the road. It's going up to a toll road. I pulled up to pay toll, and in one of the pistons, I blew a rod or something. Freaking hit.
Rod went through the block.
Went through the block, went through the hood or
Hood?
something. Yeah,
Went
man.
through the pan.
Yeah, and it said "papa," and it just like it sounded like a gunshot.
It helps when you put oil in it.
Yeah, I didn't realize.
Boy, what's that go?
Well, I wasn't a seasoned mechanic that sold
I
cars
feel
there.
you.
In our,
I
yeah,
feel
I didn't know. Right? I thought they came
I
with
was
oil.
selling Trans Ams, right?
NR was in the automotive business.
Right.
Where's your first car, NR? Your first car?
My first car was a 1989 Hyundai XL.
I got you all beat then.
It was a complete piece of junk.
Yeah.
I think they were like the first Hyundais ever, disposable.
Hyundai.
If you got
It's a
80K
Nissan.
out of them, you were lucky.
Wow.
You know, I think they're Korean made then. I think they're Korean vehicle. Hyundai.
Oh, I think Gus has us all beat. Mosco's got a 76 Riviera, which is
No.
that's a nice vehicle.
Yeah,
But Gus
Right
has
on.
a 74 Plymouth Duster,
Duster.
4-speed.
My
course.
first car, I was 16, and I bought a 1972 Chevy Nova with
That's
Oh.
actually a nice
that's
vehicle.
bad. That's a badass
Dude,
first
two-door-
car, man.
two-door.
That's a badass.
That's your
first
first
car.
car?
All
Yeah.
steel. Freaking-
Cost me
Dude.
$1,050. Yeah.
What? Back then, that was like a brand new car payment.
Yeah.
man.
1980.
You could buy a new car
guess
for $5
4?
grand.
Yeah, back then. Yeah,
I was a
brand
high
new
school kid working at Taco Bell. And that car,
Dude, I
sold
worked on a
everybody.
farm and worked as a dishwasher. I worked like 14
And,
hours
and as
day
a
to get my-
strawberry picker.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
right.
yeah. Strawberry picker.
That
Yeah,
Nova,
and that was BS because I
Nova
got paid
got me all
$5 a
kinds
day
of
for
cred.
that.
I bet. I bet.
That Nova got me all kinds of cred.
Doing the jobs nobody would do, right? Americans won't take. I see how it is.
I hate strawberries, dude. I hate strawberries so much. I might just, I might just leave this live right
Yeah,
now.
you
So-
should leave.
And goodbye.
Yeah, I'm gonna go have a strawberry shake. It's all
I'm
good,
gonna
bro.
go beat the crap out of someone's eating a strawberry somewhere.
He's that guy that walks to like a Chick-fil-A, sees a little kid sipping on a
Smacks it
strawberry-
out of their hand.
smacks it out of her hand and shit.
No, this
like
is the kind of guy I am. I'd smack it out of their hand and then go get him a vanilla and say, "Here."
Nah,
drink that."
you know, I've gone through HEBs. You know, you go through the fruit aisle, whatever. You're the guy smashing on the strawberries, aren't you? Just
He's
I'm
touching
about
all.
ready. I'm about
Why
ready
are
to ban Sky
Touch 'em
High.
all.
Look what he put in there.
I see.
I'll find Sky High right now. I'm gonna ban him.
That's funny.
He's gonna be like,
Kryptonian, you won't make your background strawberry shortcake.
I would. Here we go. I can change
Might.
cut it right now.
Play piano.
you guys, you would think my friends, man, maybe I was wrong, but my friends all on here, you'd think that they would have my back with the strawberry conspiracies.
We got your back, but it's fun to pick on you at the same
But it's
time.
not a conspiracy. It's a fact.
Strawberries will kill you. I know.
That's right. They're poisonous.
You're a evil man. How dare you?
My kids still look at me like, Dad, they're not going to kill you. Yes, they will. Watch. I'm telling you, like 50 years from now, there'll be like something came out. Don't eat strawberries. They kill you. And you guys will all be like, Chris was right.
Yeah. I like strawberries, man. Chocolate covered, dark chocolate covered.
Wise choice, Mike. You don't know about my strawberry thing? Listen.
You didn't know?
Man. Oh, and here Sky High comes in with laughter and strawberries. Yeah, Jamrock is like he's always doing that. And when Daniel did his live today, he put that in my comments and everything. And Daniel was like, "Oh, strawberries and pineapple and pizza. Oh, yeah, I don't know what that means. No, that we're not eating that." And I'm like, it's because of Jamrock comes in.
Put up a strawberry in the back of my.
Oh, how
You
cute!
literally can change the lights. You're the guy from the
So cute.
the 70s
cute.
club, man.
Savage Glove. What's up? Oh, that take you back to the what is it? The studio.
Studio
Studio
54.
50,
I was saying
yeah.
Daniel, but now you are, man. You can change the lights in your background.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, man.
I should spend my money on trading like you do, but I spend it on stupid
Yeah.
shit. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I buy trucks, not
And Teddy One, I saw
colorful
you.
lights.
I saw you earlier there, brother. If I come across anything, I'll let you know, man. I think you said something about looking for some light nodes.
So didn't they launch? Like you can now. I heard some news on the light nodes.
Well,
Now
they
you
put out a date now. They're going to take a snapshot, and basically that'll be married to that wallet because of the rebasing. So because of that, you've seen a few come up for sale here and there. People saying, "Oh shit, if I'm going to get rid of it, I got to do it now."
Gotcha.
But yeah, I mean, it's getting to be down to the wire, and that also has to make you question why would they be taking? I mean, I get it; it's because of the rebasing, but with the KYC and all that stuff, are we going to see the blockchain in early September instead of later on in the year?
So.
You know,
I don't think so. I think it'll be. I think it.
January 1st.
Yeah, people aren't gonna like me saying this, but I think that they should put it into fourth quarter.
Yep.
I'd say mid-October is probably the
I
best
like
time.
October. Yeah, no, I like October.
I
personally.
think for cryptocurrency, the way things are setting up,
Yeah,
a little bit before the Bitcoin halving, everything.
Yeah.
I think that they now
Yep.
not knowing what's going to happen with the SEC and all that kind of stuff and how crazy things can be, but just long-term forecast, mid-October to me would be like a really good, area to launch blockchains. I would like
Sure.
to see.
that's what I said. Just take the summer, anytime
Yeah.
August or before. Just take that out of your thought
You
process.
got to
That's
be
not
way
happening.
before Christmas.
Yeah, not happening.
You got to be before that.
But you want to be far enough before Christmas to where people are like, okay, I'll throw some money into the market. And
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I would actually be a little bit concerned if it was sooner than that. I would be like, oh no, is this going to
yeah,
but they got a lot of data, they got a lot of information. They'll probably have a better estimate than I do,
Yep.
and they're thinking of things that I'm not thinking of. So if they do launch, or they've thought these things through, it's not like, oh well, Chris.
then
said.
the other thing is something you guys talked about, I think maybe on the last live or maybe before that, is they're not bringing in any money at this point. Everything's
Yeah.
just going out. So I'm
Yeah.
sure they want to get
Oh,
it out sooner than later because of that.
And now they're
But-
turning on rebasing. That's more
Correct.
outgoing. That's more outgoing money.
Correct.
It's more cost. Yeah, that's definitely concerning.
Yeah.
Why do you think they turned the rebasing back on?
To keep
gonna
people
get-
happy after the vesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it doesn't make much sense though, because if you're going to extend the vesting out,
I mean, I personally would have been all right if they wouldn't have turned the rebasing back
Right,
on,
me
but you
too.
had such an uproar. When they came out with that new vesting, I mean, honestly, that percentage it's not a lot. I mean, let's
No.
face it, it's not. So you had such an uproar that I think they had to give something to just keep people happy, I guess.
but in the back end, they got to catch back up to it in the back end, right? So,
Yeah.
insane.
Yep.
Yeah, Massimo says you can open up a business, but if you have no customers, it's not
Yeah,
a
man.
business. And that's
Yep.
true. You can also open up a business and acquire and actually build such a following where you've got customers, and then your quality goes down the toilet, and then you will lose those
Right.
customers. So, I mean, at the end of the day, it's all a risk, and we're hoping. I mean, yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, we need, I guess in this case, customers would be, of course, the communities that want to actually invest in Vulcan, but who's going to bring in the communities is going to be the developers, the projects, the apps and those things. That's when I think that's what we need to see is more devs, more applications, more projects coming into the ecosystem. I think once we see all the projects, then you're going to see the communities pour in. So
Yeah, man.
right.
No doubt. And we're going to have I think I saw Milky say something. We're going to have a meeting soon. He and I were talking about something today, actually, behind the scenes. Milky and I had a private conversation. I came up with a pretty good idea for the stagnant money that's sitting there for generating rewards not necessarily off chain, but not necessarily through, say, Vulcan blockchain or Kyoto blockchain or from a master node. So I think I came up with a pretty good idea that I ran by him and wanted to get, Churchill's feedback before we presented it to the whole group. He seems to be on board with it. So I think we're going to have a convo about that. And I think it's going to be a good one. I think you'll like it.
I think we talked tomorrow. We have a meeting tomorrow, don't we? Thursday?
I think so.
Are you going to be available? Are you traveling? Or
I'm traveling tomorrow, but I should be available.
Okay.
Whenever. Yeah, I'm driving wherever the hell we're going. I don't know.
Yeah, we were also talking with Jaco. He had if you saw it in the Discord, he had another opportunity.
Right.
And I had a good conversation with him about it. And I think this one's actually, I mean, there are some things to consider, but this would be, like I said in the comment, to him, and I think to you guys, these are the type of projects we want for Property Flex, because they just instant returns. And I'm talking about not even these are the projects that are already We're not waiting for breaking ground or develop. They're already up and running, making money. That's in other words, it's immediate returns for the investors, apart from what any blockchain is going to be offering. This is immediate reward. So, so we should be talking about that one tomorrow as well.
Yeah, should be some good conversation. And really our next focus after, we did the incorporation deal, it's going to be growing the community, obviously, because like, I forget whoever just mentioned it. We want to cast a wider net. We want to get this out to more people. So I think that's going to be our next main focus. I know everybody would love for us to launch on BSC, and I don't see it. I think we need to grow our community. I think we need to get more people in our Discord, get more people wanting to invest money in what we're doing. And then I think we look to launch at that point in time, whether it's on, one of the blockchains where we've already been talking to, or whether it's BSC, whatever it may be. But I think our next focus is going to be on growing our community, casting that wider net. No doubt.
All right.
Yeah, man.
Got so WTF says the new vesting schedule, I guess he's talking about Vulcan, tells me that the blockchain has liquidity issues. Yeah, I would agree with that. I mean, especially if they turn on rebasing, that money's got to come from somewhere. It's pulling from some pool. And if there's been no money going into the existing liquidity pool that's supposed to be there, you turn on rebasing, what's coming out of somewhere. So I would agree with that. And with the vesting, I think or with the liquidity pool, the vesting is going to help alleviate that, kind of take the pressure off of that. Imagine if they opened up the gates and there is a liquidity issue, as we all feel there is, and at least I do. It'd be very bad for the blockchain, very bad. It would tank. It would tank hard. I think it would recover, but it's going to be a long while. Now we're waiting on 18 months for it to recover. Rather, now we're giving ourselves 18 months, 14 months, whatever it is for the vesting, before it gets to the drop off.
Yeah.
I think,
and you're right, man. And Chris actually said it, and he said people aren't going to like what I'm going to say, but I think they should extend the vesting period to even longer. We had that conversation, and for longevity, he's right. Just like you were saying, the vestings, it's a good thing for longevity. It definitely is. So, no doubt.
Yep. Mint, I guess it's to us guys, or to you and our ancestors Kryptonian. Are you guys investing in the WW token? I'm assuming he's talking about worldwide. As I said yesterday, I think it was yesterday, the day before, I'm going to wait for the final assessment on the tokenomics. I think it's going to change. He's changing things all the time. I'm talking about Daniel. I mean, not like entirely changing things, but it's been very fluid because of the stuff that's been happening in the community between he and Brian. Now there's some news of them talking now and working things out. So what does that mean? Something's going to change again. So I couldn't give you an honest answer at this point. At the way it sits now, no, I'm not investing in it because it's just too fluid. And I've already learned, I mean, I'm going to wait until the day it's launching before I make a decision. I got to look before. I don't want to say yes, and then they make it, and then I'm telling everybody I'm going to invest in this thing, and then I don't. Then I'm lying to you guys, right? So, right. But what I am telling you is I'm considering it on the day of, once all the final tokenomics are in. If it makes sense to me financially, it makes not just financially, but it makes sense for the longevity of World War Token. Because I want to invest in something that's going to be here a long time. I don't want it to be a flash in the pan, and just make a quick buck or whatever. Hopefully it's got enough, let's say rocket fuel to take it to the moon, metaphorically. And if it does, then I'll catch a ride. If not, I'll be very vocal about it. Why I'm not getting into it. Just why I didn't get into ESCO 2 or ESCO 3 or what is it? Yomp or whatever it is.
Yomp.
Yeah, because I'm tapped out. I've already put what I wanted to put into the community. And when I say the community, I mean the Brian Legends projects and now soon to be Prados, right? I got to wait now. I'm waiting for Vulcan like everybody else. And I think I have a very good reason. It's something I don't want to invest. It's just, can I invest? Well, I'm holding on to a lot of my resources. I'm building a blockchain as well. Me and ourselves, we're building a blockchain.
And you're building a house.
And I'm building a house. Yeah. I told you, remember just to get the funds for that. Remember, NR had to help me out on just to get some money on chain because of the damn banks and the underwriters. But with that being said, and then we got property flex. There's going to be some costs there. It's going to be all coming out of pocket, guys. So I've been doing this a while, and I'm talking about moving money around, to make money. And I don't just jump in a pool. I want to see who's jumping there first. I want to. Are there any lifeguards around? Is the water dirty? Who owns the pool? I mean, there's a lot of questions before I jump in a pool, because I don't want to get sick. Yeah,
I think Terry's actually getting ready to get out of here and jump in the pool.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna go float and pool with my wife, guys.
Enjoy, brother. Thanks for joining.
Thanks for hanging out, buddy. Man. So, man, I hope that answers your question, man. To be determined. I hope that's fair. Hope that's honest. Honest enough for you. But that's where I am on it. So.
Right on. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, like you, things have just changed so many times with the tokenomics. I mean, to be honest, when they first came out, I was not a big fan. I think more needs to go to the LP than is going. And I still think more needs to go to the LP, but that's just my opinion. I know Dan says if you look at Pink Sale, that's what a lot of projects are doing. That's what most of the projects are doing. Yeah, but a lot of those are meme tokens. The owners are just looking to, pull there and move on to the next project. Yeah. So, Dan's trying to make something that's lasting. I feel like if he truly believes in it, I feel more of that money should go to the LP, and then it'll grow from there. Now, I also understand at the same point what he's trying to do with his rewards or his prizes or whatever, giving back to the community. So you need funds for that as well. So it's a catch-22. So he's like, well, you need this, you need that. The other thing is the taxes, right? The high taxes, you need the volume for those gifts and presents and those rewards, but yet those taxes are going to keep volume down, in my opinion. So again, you've got that catch-22. I understand what he's trying to do. I know Dan's heart's in the right place. For me, I'm not sure yet. We'll have to see how this thing morphs and progresses towards launch, because I'm sure it's going to change again because things have changed on a daily basis. And again, like Kryptonian said, we're putting money out of our own pocket for Property Flex, for Prism. So I wouldn't say I'm tapped out, but a lot of my play money is already invested in crypto and other projects. It's going to our projects that we're working on. And I've got it tied up in real estate already. Like I said, I just signed 2 contracts today for houses. And until I settle on these other 2, my play around money's it's kind of tied up. So we'll see. We'll see. I mean, I definitely support Dan, no doubt. I know what he's trying to do for the community, and I applaud him for that. And I wish him nothing but success. This thing changes a little bit to a little bit more towards something. And I see, I'll definitely throw some money at it. So yeah, we'll see. Right now it's a to be determined for me as well.
Yeah,
so
that's all.
Yep. So I hope that.
And one thing I know about Daniel, he listens to the community. So, well, I'm part of the community. NR is, and I'm sure many others are saying or asking the same questions and have the same concerns, at least that we have, or something similar. So that's why I think it's going to change, and I think ultimately, I do agree with you, NR, on the amount of going to liquidity, right? And how the flip side or the catch-22 is he wants to be able to give away all these rewards and gifts. So he's using that. I think so long as he does that, and it's everything's on paper on purpose, then no one's going to have any issues. But in the event it doesn't happen, it's over.
I see with the rewards, I see needing volume for that stuff to happen. Yeah. But then I see the high taxes limiting volume. So it's tough.
What's the schedule? It's like at the day one, it's like 40-something%.
Something. Now again, I want to say I was talking to Greek earlier, and after him and Brian made up, I think the taxes changed again. So again, I'll need to go back and look at that, because if the taxes have gone down, then my viewpoint changes a little bit. So, but again, either way, I support Dan 110%.
Yep, same here.
I know his heart's in the right place. He's trying to bring something awesome for the community, and I'm sure he will. So yeah.
Yeah.
No doubt. I'll keep
And I don't think this is his last project. I mean, he's got the feet.
I don't think
He's
he
got the
does.
bug, man. He's got the
He
bug,
does.
dude. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
probably already thinking, and I think he even told me he's already thinking of other things, and which is good. I mean, that's what we need, man. You know.
Yeah. And if any of you guys want to talk about, you know, by Worldwide Token offline, I'll be happy to tell you, just like I did here, some of my concerns and stuff like that, and you know, where I'm at with it as we get closer to launch. You know, so stay in touch. Hit me up on Discord, YouTube, Twitter, whatever. So, yeah, man. Eric said 10% tax, I believe. Okay. And I'm not a big fan of transfer taxes either. I get it.
Is there transfer taxes?
That he had a transfer tax, and I get it. But if I want to send something to my cold wallet, I don't want to have to pay a percentage.
Yeah.
Or if I want to send it back to my hot wallet, I don't want to pay a percentage.
Yeah, I think they should drop that, man.
Yeah, but then again, you've got that catch-22 is, hey, I need these funds because I'm paying for a node or I'm buying Bitcoin to give back to the community. So I get it and I see it. I just don't.
Now if all 10%, let's say 10% for transfer, let's say that's what it is. If it's as long as it's you know, on paper or on purpose, all transfer taxes go to Bitcoin purchases
or a burn. I might even be okay if it goes to a burn.
Yeah, I don't want it
if you're
fractionalized.
Taking,
I don't want 2.5 go to the here 10 total, but you know, I get a 1. I mean, I get it. You know, you got to pay the bills, but no, I mean, taxes need to be. You got to understand where I'm coming from as far as taxes. You know, as running a business, being an American, just being a human being, we all pay taxes to some degree, right?
Well, running a business, that just amplifies because we all pay taxes, right, as citizens, as whatever. But when you own a business, man, it feels like everybody has their hand in your pocket.
Yeah,
you know what I'm talking
about. I know exactly what you're talking about, and you know, you guys know how I feel about tax season. You know, I mean, you guys told me a couple of months ago. So that's why when I see taxes, transfer taxes, tax for this, tax for that, you know, we are taxed to nowhere here in the States, and I can't tell you where my tax dollars go. I can only show you where they go, and they go overseas, and you know, to endless wars and other
and politicians' salaries.
Yeah, so I see stuff like that. So I have a bad taste in my mouth for taxes. So when a crypto starts doing it, I understand there is a cost of you know, you need some sort of tax to run the house. I get it, but as long as it's for, you know, if it's to pay the light bill, let it be to pay the light bill, not to pay you and not the light bill and your light bill. But I know that's all, you know, we're just kind of I don't know where his taxes are going to go, but I know he did say he would be fully transparent. So I'm looking forward to that. I don't doubt that he will. Prado usually basically says what he feels. I mean, you know, and he has no problem, you know, telling you exactly what's on his mind. So if I ask him, he'll tell me, you know, and so I'm not even worried about it. That's why I'm waiting for. I'm going to wait for it and wait to see what happens, especially after the news today. So, what do you say? Chris just made $1 million while we guys are trading,
right? And I know a lot of people with the whole Brian
2 positions. I made a little money.
With the whole Brian and Plan B stuff that went down with Dan, I really think a lot of that should have been kept behind, like I said, behind the scenes. However, I have seen some of the stuff that Plan B threw out there to Daniel. I haven't seen much of what Brian put out, but some of what Plan B put out, I could see working. Yeah. So, you know, it does sound like if he did drop taxes to 10%, like Aris said, definitely could be something that I may invest in, no doubt. So it sounds like he's listening to those around him. Obviously, not everything Brian's done has been successful, but you know, Seifu turned out okay. Some people made money off of it. So
yeah, I mean, I did. You know,
you can't call it a complete failure. I mean, I know it went down, but it was a rebasing token. I felt that was more of an experiment for the coming blockchain. You know, it was like a test run. So yeah, I mean, he's listening to people that have been in the space. If he did drop the taxes, it's something I may invest in. So like I said, we'll see. Just like Kryptonian, as it changes, as it morphs towards launch, we'll see where we end up, and ask me then.
Yep.
Nice. Yeah, you know what? Bring up that comment from Gus about the roads. That's a scam, Gus. I mean, that's a scam. Do you guys know that you pay for the roads and all that kind of stuff in the gas when you go to get your gas, and that money ends up not going to the roads, gets reallocated all the time, and every president on both sides, when it comes to election years, like, we got to rebuild our infrastructure, and you're like, we've been taxed to hell about our infrastructure every time we go to get gas and all that kind of stuff. So when you're getting gas, just read the breakdown of where the gas is. It's a sticker right there on the thing. It's a scam, and it keeps and they do it every year. Every time an election comes up, they're like, and I'm gonna rebuild our infrastructure, and we're gonna make sure that and they always say our roads are falling apart and all that stuff. And you're like, okay, but we keep paying for that stuff, right? We're already doing that. And then everybody's like, I agree. I'm going to vote for this person because I agree our roads are crappy. It's like, okay, but we've already paid you.
But what the politicians do is they find that
Mhm.
that hot point that really gets people like, yeah, the roads are shitty. We do need the roads fixed.
Yeah.
They harp on that. They make false promises. You vote them in, and then what happens?
And
It
then
was
they
a
don't do
false
anything
promise.
because they're like, what,
Yep.
we put this
Yep.
amount of money towards building the roads, but that person didn't have anything to do with it. It was already
Correct.
written.
It was already allocated in the budget.
It's
Well, that's
not-
like
I
we had
don't think
a
they call it a sin tax, but it's
Yeah.
the tax that like the sin tax that they have like on beer and cigarettes
Yep.
and stuff like that. But it's like the tax that's on fuel, and it's like
Mhm.
if you broke down how much money you pay, why is the price of fuel more expensive in different states? Because each state charges more and more tax for roads and stuff like that. Go to the bigger states like California and stuff like that. And when my gas is like $3 and California is $7, read the breakdown of what you're paying extra, and you're going to be like, wow.
Mhm.
So you're all paying the
110%.
same price for the
Yeah.
gas, but you're all charging different.
Sure.
Well, man, it's been nice knowing you, bro. Probably tomorrow morning, if it's nighttime where you're at, some guys are going to show up at your house, and you may not have been paying taxes, but you will soon. No, I'm just kidding.
Well,
Yeah, I wish I could say the same, but I love the fact that I can pay my
there's ways
taxes
that you
voluntarily and
cannot
not have
pay
to worry about
taxes.
going to jail.
There are. I mean,
Well,
there definitely are.
You can file your taxes, and there are ways to completely eliminate your taxes.
And supposedly in the
Paying
law, if you actually read the law, taxes are supposedly voluntary. There's no actual law that says you're required to pay taxes.
Yep.
Well,
Yep.
it'll blow your mind that we've only been
Mhm.
collecting taxes as a country for like 100 years now.
Right.
Mhm.
I mean, we were in existence for well over 100 years without doing that. So it's like,
I was telling Kryptonian, I started doing a deep dive on, I'm sure you've heard of it, Chris. It's all over like TikTok and stuff like that. It's like the state national movement.
Mhm.
So I've been doing a deep dive and how basically the United States, originally was governed by the Constitution, but then in the late 1800s, it was formed as a corporation. The United States of America is a corporation. Basically, they took a paper overlay, I guess you would say, and put it over the map and just created a separate jurisdiction that you're now in. And the same reason why the Constitution says right to bear arms, but in the federal law, it says firearms. They call it something different.
Mhm. Yeah.
I mean, there's so much to it. I don't know how much of it. I'm just doing a deep dive and just kind of absorbing it all to see. Some people say it's bullshit. Some people say it's this is for real. So yeah, I've been doing a deep dive on information, reading some books and scouring the internet. But it's pretty interesting where it's taken me so far. I'll say that. And getting back to your what you were saying about the roads, we had a vote here not too long ago for casinos in Maryland. And all the money was supposed to go to schools and this, that, and other. We have some of the shittiest schools in the country in Baltimore City. None of that money ended up going to schools, but that's where they said it was going to go.
Yeah.
Same shit with the
that's another
roads, man.
scam thing. They
Yeah.
do that lottery too.
Yep. Yep.
And
Same
it's
thing with the
like,
lottery. Yep. 110%.
well, what happens is they're all like, oh
Yep.
my God, we got this problem. We need to reallocate these funds.
Yep.
And then they do it. And then 6 months later, that problem really wasn't that bad. But at
Right.
that time, the
Yeah.
government talked to the media, and the media got everybody scared, creating the problem so they could legitimately divert funds. They do it all the time. In my lifetime, I don't know how many times has some politicians come out and say, we got to fix our roads and we got to build our schools back. And, the lottery money and casinos is going to go to the schools and all
Yep.
that. And the gas tax and everything like that, it's going to go to the roads. And it's like, all of a sudden there's they reallocate the money and they're like, really? We're going to do this again. We're just going to keep doing this, right?
Yep. And people keep voting for the same, not just the same party, but the same people, the same ideals, the same, and it's mind blowing. And they expect things to change. And it's
I want to interrupt you
amazing.
for just a second on this.
You're not interrupting, brother. Go ahead.
Sunny T, she says she's about an hour from Baltimore in West Virginia. And I have to say that I've been to West Virginia several times.
I want to get some land. I want to get some.
And I am a fan of West Virginia because it's like, first off, great hunting.
It's beautiful there. Yeah.
The views, all that kind of stuff. And man, it just seems like every person I met, they were like, like I was in a rush or something. They're like, slow down, man.
Yeah. Everybody that I've ever met from West Virginia is either inbred or on the other side of it, just extremely nice people.
Yeah. I mean, I've met nothing but nice people there. And I've gone to some rough parts of, what do you got? Charleston there. I've been to Charleston a few times, stuff like that. In the surrounding area, there's a place in Kentucky over there. It's by, I forget. Yeah. I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't remember the places, but West Virginia is real.
You are right. West Virginia is beautiful. And honestly, I see it. I would love to get some land in West Virginia. I have a friend that has went and bought a couple 100 acres for hunting. And that's all he uses it for. He goes up, he's got a trailer up there and he just goes up hunting a week at a time.
Well, my thing is, people talk about, the beauty of like Alaska and the beauty of like Montana and stuff like that. And where I live and I think this is me, but you got Ohio, Kentucky, West Virginia, and Pennsylvania. And that grouping right there, maybe a 500-600 mile radius, maybe around there, is some of the most beautiful land.
Agreed.
Untouched land. Yep. Beautiful hunting, beautiful camping, I mean, the people are good. And you can drive for 50 miles and get to a small little city, and everybody in that city will be friendly. Everybody will be nice, and you won't even know where you're at. And I've experienced that most of my life, and that area is, I just love that area.
Yeah, no, you're right. I've traveled to those places many, many times. In fact, I'm going to Virginia, close to Kentucky, tomorrow. That's where I'm going.
Oh,
so I think Bristol, Virginia. So yeah, so that's where I'm traveling to tomorrow. But yeah, man, absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, I didn't mean to interrupt. We were talking about
serious. No, man, you're good. You're good, man. But it is funny. Rich Hudman, he said, yeah, man, same thing in PA with the casinos. What a scam. Supposed to pay for schools. And then Marshall, you're gonna have to reach out to me on Discord, man, because like I said, I'm just starting to crack into the whole state nationals and all that kind of stuff. But please reach out.
Certificates, right? Was it birth certificate?
Birth certificates, and the social security number and the straw man and all that stuff. Dude. Please reach out to me if you have some information or you have some things that you can recommend, this, that, the other, for me to read or dive into, all that good stuff. And reach out to me, man. I'm definitely intrigued. It's definitely got my attention. So
yeah, man, me too, man. Me too. Hey, thanks for joining us, Wise Choice.
Yeah,
we're gonna be wrapping it up here soon. We'll be going at it for just about 3 hours, but we appreciate everybody being in the chats, man.
Oh, Sonny T's asking you if you're going to Bristol for a concert.
No, my daughter actually has like a I guess you would call it almost like a pageant kind of thing that she's into. So yeah, that's what we're going there for.
Yeah, Vulcan Maniac. I know what you're talking about. That is very nice. Yep.
Yeah, man.
Someone had said something up here before, and I thought we should have said we should bring it up, but
what was that?
Oh, it's WTF Gaming. Says
Yeah.
as the owner of 2 businesses, taxes hit business owners harder than anyone
Hell
else.
yeah.
Just
Does,
like,
man.
hey,
It's depressing,
preaching
man.
to
This
the
is
choir,
unfair.
brother. I mean, it gets to the point now where I have to say that I don't know what they're thinking, but
Mhm.
it's turning out to be. It's turning out to be better to not have employees. I think.
150%, man.
Yeah, and
150%.
it's almost like you got to weigh the cost of like,
Yeah,
taking
man.
on this work and this many employees.
What
What-
most employees don't realize either is that your employer has to match your social security,
Mhm.
and they have to match your taxes. But most employees don't know that they cost you an extra 35% on
Yeah.
top of what they make and their benefits and this, that. When I told some of my employees that, they're looking at me like I've got 2 heads.
Well,
And I'm like,
it seems very, yeah, you're right.
Like,
but
I
it
want a
seems very
raise. You're like,
yeah.
okay.
Do you know how much you
Go-
cost me already?
Go vote so we can get you a raise because this.
Yeah.
I mean, but you think
Yeah.
about the employer and the employee are sitting there scrounging for pennies,
Yep.
right? And 230 something years ago, whatever, we wouldn't have accepted any of this crap.
I
That's
agree
what
with
I'm
you, man.
saying. So I mean, you really pissed off a nation by taxing our tea, dude.
Mhm.
And now
Right.
we're like,
Right.
And now
we
look
gotta
at us.
figure out how to
Exactly.
get more money,
Yeah.
because we're getting taxed. And it's
Yeah.
like, you know what? Who should we
Because-
be pissed at?
Yeah, because we retired from the Senate, 20 years ago, and we deserve a lifetime salary of
Yeah.
well over 6 figures and full benefits that are better than anybody else's in the country. Yeah, man. that's
Well,
bullshit.
I always like the thing the rich need to pay more, and it's like, okay, so then those rich people figure out how to pay less,
Yeah.
and then the
Well, why
little guy,
Jeff Bezos isn't paying taxes?
Yeah,
He's
and then
getting
the-
tax breaks for opening up,
he's got a 1,000 lawyers and accountants out there figuring out how he doesn't have
Yep.
to pay 1,000 lawyers.
Well,
accountants,
he's getting
you know?
tax breaks for bringing
Yeah.
work to states and cities.
Well,
and-
they say that,
Yeah,
and then it's
man.
like it trickles down to the little guy and girl,
Yeah.
and they're like, "Hey, you're gonna have to pay this because we're trying to get the rich, but they won't." And it's like you're never gonna get the rich. Stop doing
Nope.
that. How
Nope.
about we
Well,
do
here's
this?
here's the problem. This is gonna resonate with you, Chris, because the rich don't own anything. They're
Right.
in
That's
trusts.
what I'm
They're
saying.
in business names. The rich don't own anything. So good luck. So the government's like, we're gonna
Lordy,
spend
now
we're gonna
yeah.
spend years
Yeah.
trying to, get this guy. So
You
why
said
don't we
the
just go
T
after this
word in
guy?
there. You said the damn T
Because
word.
the rich don't
Telling you.
own anything in their name. They're in trusts. They're in
you.
corporations.
Thank you
There you
so
go.
much.
That's why
Thank
you can't
so
tax
much.
the rich.
Yeah. Yeah. And you know what? They can legally do it. And you can legally
Yep.
do it too, man. I'm telling
Correct.
you, if you don't know about trust and you got $100,
Did you see
Learn
his
about-
eyes light up?
learn about trust and put the $100 in the trust. I'm telling you, you're going to be like, what?
Yep.
Yeah. But my thing is, everybody talks about let's tax the rich. Let's do us. None of this stuff's going to work because I already said it. They got trust. How about the government takes less because the government is so fat as it is right now? It's time to trim it.
Yeah,
but nobody- people are like, no,
And
but
wasteful.
we can't. We can't do that because
So
like when
wasteful.
Trump did his tax breaks, everybody's like, "Oh my God, look at how much." People need to stop thinking that the government needs to be paying for everything and doing all this stuff.
Yep.
I mean, it's illegal for them to do a lot of the things that they do. I mean, talk about the border security. I mean, what's it? Article 4, Section 3. If they do not secure the border, the people have the right to replace the government. I mean, it actually says it in the Constitution. And it's like, but they don't focus on that type of stuff. It turns into a political thing where you're hurting people and stuff. And it's like, we're not hurting people. We want people to be safe. You know how difficult and how treacherous that, sneaking across the borders is? I mean, you can't do that stuff.
Yeah, let's just talk about or just talking about the child sex trafficking,
I know.
the human trafficking coming across the border. Houston is the largest or one of the largest sexual trade hubs in the world, coming from south of the border. Coming just from Mexico through the border from Mexico and Texas, and no one talks about that. It's disgusting to me.
But my whole thing is I don't understand how it becomes a political issue. securing your borders. I mean, the average person locks their doors when they go home, and they don't. I mean, just secure the border. I mean, you're setting these people up to make these treacherous journeys and do these things that are inhumane. Yeah, they might want to come here, but let's try to do it the legal way. Let's try to do it whatever way we can.
Yep.
And I don't know what people live like, and I don't know what they're doing to get here, but I have seen the reports and the aftermath of what has happened when they do get here and what they go through. I mean, isn't there a movie out right now that it's like it's beating all the major movies, and it's like an off-brand type movie?
It's like something that was made like an indie kind of movie or like
it's like about
that.
it's the guy that is the played Jesus in the Passion of the Christ.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
He's doing the one about the child trafficking.
Yeah, it's called Freedom something. Oh yeah. That.
Yep.
Jim Caviezel.
That. Yep.
Yeah.
So he has this movie out, and it's about that. Yeah. And I just got a thing earlier today that it beat all movies at the box office. And wasn't there another movie that came out, like a popular movie?
You got Indiana Jones coming out.
Yeah, that's exactly it. It beat Indiana Jones at the box office.
Wow.
I'm like, oh, well.
It's impressive. I mean, it's kind of touching to see that people are actually paying attention to that.
Yep.
That it would beat something like Indiana Jones in the movies. You know what I mean?
Moki's looking for you, buddy.
Moki, where are you trying to send it to me at, man? If it's on Discord, you may need to friend me. So shoot me a friend request. And if not, reach out to me on Twitter. I don't know where else you can get me. I mean, I put my phone number out here, but maybe email. I don't know, man. Hit me up, Moki. Let me know where you were trying to send that to me. If you were trying to send it on Discord, you may need to friend me first. Like I said, if not, you can here.
I don't think you can send it here.
Yeah, I don't think you can send. Yeah, I don't think you can send stuff on here.
Hey Chris, I just got confirmation from my one of my life insurance policies. It was finally converted to a whole life universal.
Whole universal.
Yeah, and now I get to I just got the docs. It's been posted.
Sweet.
So now I got to send it over to my lawyer for the trust that he's setting up for.
Congrats, brother. Congrats.
Bank of Kryptonia.
Yeah, and then
I did tell you guys I just got my
property in a trust as well. So,
what'd you say in here?
I'm getting ready to put one of my properties in a trust as well. So,
yeah, you got to be careful when you have that discussion. But they're legally required to do it. But you got to ask it a certain way. But you've talked to an attorney and all that. So yeah. Make sure you follow their advice, because there is a way around it. I don't know the whole thing about it. Mine was very, very simple, but you'll be good. What'd you say, NR?
I said I think I told you guys. So I just got my license to sell life insurance.
Oh yeah, tell me you're
shit.
Yeah.
Are you?
Oh shit.
Are you just in your state?
Just in my state for now. Yeah, just got it in my state.
You don't have reciprocity or anything?
Not yet. We'll see how it goes, and then I'll maybe branch out. So we'll see.
Well, let me know where you branch out. I mean,
yeah, man, definitely will.
A couple places that I could use you.
Yeah, ditto, man. Ditto.
Yeah, man.
Biz says the world's eye is opening. What? Biz, I'm not sure what you're talking about. I kind of understand, but I saw something the other day.
He's talking about the Matrix, man. People are unplugging from the Matrix. Biz knows. He knows.
Yeah, I think I know what he's talking about. I just want to talk about something real quick. But I thought I saw something that, and I thought it was conspiracy or whatever, but they were showing data and everything that for most of human history, the Earth has had a certain vibration. And they've tracked that vibration, and that's how, like, people, like, if they're sitting on land or dirt, and they got their feet, they can meditate to the Earth's vibration and everything. I thought that was like just like hippy dippy thing, like, okay,
right.
But
no, there's actually something called grounding.
Right. That's what they're talking about. But they're saying that, like, right now they're like these, people that have been doing this their whole lives. They're saying that the Earth's vibration has switched. It's changed. It's not the same as it has been, and as long as they've been
For
recording.
as long as they've been recording it, it has changed. Huh.
It's completely
Interesting.
different, and they're like, there's something wrong. Like these grounding people are like, there's something wrong. This isn't right, and
I
they're
wonder
like,
what that could be.
I know. I was like, ooh, I'd like to check that out more, but then I didn't, and I was like, whatever. But yeah, I think, yeah, Biz is right. I mean, people are starting to wake up. I think the election really woke people up, and I think a certain thing that happened a couple of years ago.
Well, the only one that hasn't woke up is Biden. I think he still sleeps. Yeah.
At Chris.
Oh, that's it.
Human
That's
residence.
what
There you go.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. And I was like, I was like, ooh, it kind of scared me a little bit, but then I was like, whoa.
Yeah, but the scientific term is
weed.
Thanks, guys.
Bud. Yeah. And yeah, Boki, definitely reach out because I'm definitely.
I'm like, I wasn't smoking weed, man. I'm serious. I ain't watching it.
But yeah, Moki, I am definitely interested in again, man, if this is what it seems to be, being a sovereign citizen and being outside of corporate United States of America and basically just being governed by the Constitution, I'm down. I'll file all the paperwork and take the classes to learn how to protect myself in court and all that type of stuff. But yeah, like I said, man, reach out to me on Discord or Twitter or something like that, man. I'd definitely like to see any kind of info that you have, or kind of point me in a direction to get more information, do a deeper dive than what I already have. So yeah, appreciate that. Yeah, man. Same with you, Marshall. If you got anything, I'm always down. So I've shared some of that shit with you, didn't I, Kryptonian?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You got me on when you sent me the birth certificate thing. From there, I went down a rabbit hole, man.
Yeah, man. It's easy to do, man. I've spent hours looking at information, reading books like a Fruit from a Poisonous Tree and stuff like that. And it's like,
it definitely opened my eye. I mean, I was already red pilled, and I don't mean Republican, not Democrat. I'm talking about I'm already I don't, it's funny because someone say that I'm very paranoid. I'm talking about those in the community. I don't trust nobody, right? Well, I have damn good reason not to trust the government.
Correct.
Trust authority.
And that's really what it comes down to is I don't trust the government. I just,
I mean, they just it's too many things, man. It's like
you own your house. No, you don't. Don't pay your taxes and see who owns your house.
Don't voluntarily pay your taxes.
Right.
And they will voluntarily show up with guns.
Yeah.
And take your shit, at the end of the day. I mean, and that's why we've got to set up trusts and get lawyers involved to ensure that my estate is sound and it goes to my family, and who I want it to. Otherwise, they'll come in. They want so much for me to be ignorant of the law.
It's funny
when they can use the law to take my shit.
When you and Chris, talking about the trust and stuff, my eyes really started opening. I really started questioning things when I learned about death taxes, and I'm like, what the hell do you mean? I pay taxes all my life, and then you're going to tax me when I'm dead and heavily. I mean, to me, the whole death tax is it's crazy.
It's evil.
It is. It's evil. It is evil. But there are ways to mitigate that trust. Yeah. And it's amazing. But the average person doesn't know that shit. They don't teach it in schools. And that just goes back to what you were saying with the Matrix. Why don't they teach financial literacy in schools? Why don't they teach these things? Because these are things that you should have to know. Because they
need us.
Because they don't want you to know. And it's shitty.
Because when we wake up, their way of life, they ultimately become normal like us. And when I say normal, they are no longer the elite. They are no longer those in charge.
Right.
They are now just as that means they got to work too.
Yes.
It's what it is.
Yeah. And because they want a nation of workers, not thinkers.
That's right.
That's right. When is that? And that point that I was trying to make earlier is about when we started getting taxed. What was created when we started getting taxed? The Federal Reserve.
Oh, the Federal Reserve.
Yes, the Federal Reserve. Which,
Jeez,
that's a whole nother rabbit hole in itself.
Yeah.
It's a whole another, and then you start tying in the banks, and I mean, it is, man. It's
Centralized banking, man.
Yep. It's let's see. My Twitter, Moki, is right here at @N_R legend. Just like that is my Twitter handle right there. Right under where it says NR legend property flexing. So it's at capital N _ capital R capital L legend. There you go.
They do. And Gus, that's right. That's why it goes back to my theory of the government creates a problem. They are in cahoots with the media. The media hype up the problem. And then the government comes in and says, oh, we'll fix this problem. And you'll be like sitting there going, wait, I didn't know we had a problem.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, that's why I like them or hate them. Like guys like Andrew Tate, who he does say some controversial things. I don't agree with everything that he says, but he is very much anti-establishment. Look what happened to him, man. Not only did he get canceled off social media, they came in and they closed bank accounts. They turned off his Airbnb, his payment processing for some of his businesses. Like they just came in and flicked a switch. So it wasn't just his social media accounts. Like they went after like Uber. They turned off his freaking Uber account. You know what I mean? Like, so obviously you want this guy to shut the hell up because he is preaching that anti-establishment. Exactly. Men, stand up for yourselves. Be strong men. Don't be a pussy. Get out of your feelings. Be stoic. And Kryptonian, you've said that, man. An emotional man's a dangerous man, and it's true. That's why it's like they've gotten away from teaching stoicism. And I know as a man, I'm stoic quite often. You know, you bite your tongue in certain situations, and you just, hey man, you handle your business. Shut the hell up. Handle your business and be a man. You know, don't whine about it. Don't cry about it. Do what you got to do and move on. Nobody cares about how you feel. Handle your business. And it's crazy, man. It's absolutely crazy.
Marshall.
And then the internet has just blown that wide open.
Oh, I know.
Yeah. Internet's the devil, man. It sucks because it's what I used to pay my bills. Infrastructure and internet's the Internet of Things. And
Marshall. Yep. It is not federal at all. A lot of people do not know that. You are correct. Yep. Yeah, man.
Biz is like, Yeah. You're right there too, Biz.
He is. Yep. 110%, brother. Yeah, man. Hells to the yeah. Guys, we should probably wrap it up. We've been going for about little over 3 hours. And I'm telling you, man, when I'm hanging out with my fellas and I consider you guys really good friends. I mean,
dude.
It's just some of my best friends are here on the stage with me.
Brother from another mother and my Bitcoin daddy, man.
It really does, man. The time flies when we're up here hanging out, guys.
It does. It's just like we just started, but we just talk about what, and we have so many people in the community that engage with us. And I mean, I've always liked that because it's like they're not showing their faces up here with us, but they're in the conversation just as much as we are. So
and they're saying what we say and feel what we feel, and we're glad that we get to kind of communicate that and convey that through you guys. We wouldn't be out here without you at all. So time does fly when you're up here doing what you love to do and just hanging out with your boys, right?
Yeah,
because we get busy in life, and but I think life's all about conversation. If you're not learning, you're growing. You're not learning, you're not growing. If you're not growing, you're dying, right? But as Briz said, the biggest mistake that they made, it was allowed us 2 years to sit and really start playing.
They know that now. Yep. They know that. So look for the next thing that they're going to try to create.
Yep.
You are correct. And I think Vulcan Maniac asked earlier, said that they were kind of in and out, asked if there was any flex news. I'm assuming that's property flex. And yeah, guys, just again, we've done the incorporation. We're actually having a meeting tomorrow talking about something cool that Milky and I were talking behind the scenes about a place where we can give some rewards to holders of Property Flex when money's stagnant, that's away from node earnings or blockchain earnings, and something that I think is pretty cool, pretty passive, and is really going to work. And other than that, we really just want to start growing our community. So please tell your friends, invite people to Discord. We may even have some competitions or something like that we're going to talk about. But really, we're just going to focus on growing the Property Flex community so we can cast a wider net, so that when we're ready for our first project, we get, you know, plenty of funds coming in to do our first, second, third, fourth, fifth project, and really get some passive income for the community. So that's kind of where we're at with Property Flex at the moment. You know, we're being kind of patient. We don't, you know, the Vulcan got delayed. Two of the other blockchains that we're looking at, they've been delayed or haven't launched yet. So we're just kind of sitting back. We're not making any, you know, irrational moves. We're just going to sit back, grow the community, and then we're going to pounce. And that's kind of where we're at.
We're gonna pounce and we're gonna stack. We're gonna stack these freaking.
Right.
We're gonna stack these properties, and then you guys get the flex, right? So that's how we see it. So let us stack, guys. But it's a slow fade, man, into the sunset, and we're taking you guys with us, man. So just enjoy the ride, guys. I appreciate you, everyone being here in the comments. Chris and R, as always. I mean, we talked about. It was cool conversation tonight, guys. I appreciate it. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me
It's
too.
kind of just, you know, nothing too serious. You know, I mean,
I missed you guys on Monday, man. I'm sorry about that. Yeah.
Oh, we waited. You know, it's all good. I mean,
I appreciate it. You guys held it down. And Milky's a damn rock star. I was listening. Milky's a damn rock star, man.
Oh yeah. So. You know, the guy says he's only going to be here for 30 minutes,
right?
And, you know, 3 hours, and then he's like
2 hours of sleep.
Yeah, he's blaming me. Remember, he opened. He opened up the blinds, Chris. Yeah. You jumped on. Was it Chris?
That was after.
It was afterwards, right? Yeah. We're backstage, and he's like, "Hold on." He goes back and he opens up. When he jumped online with me, it was with us. It was like, you know, more 12 a.m. or something over there.
Yeah.
And then, or maybe it was 2 in the morning. And then, of course, he opens up the blinds. The
sun's coming up.
I'm like, bro, I'm sorry, man. He's like, nah, it's good. I just got to go pick up my son, you know, in an hour, you know, or whatever he said.
But the cool part about that was that we talked about a few things here and there, you know, but the majority of the time he was asking legitimate questions up until I think that right before we ended.
Yeah,
there was a good question right before the end. I mean, it was like, people would be like, "Oh yeah, Property Flex," and questions, and he'd answer them, and then we'd be like, we get distracted, talk about a few things for a few minutes, then we'd get back to Property Flex, and you know, it was really good, interactive, and it was fun because you felt like, a lot of people in the comments and stuff like that, and I felt like that. We're just hanging out with a couple guys. We're asking questions, you know, talking about this and that, and learning some good information about a great project. And it wasn't one of these. Okay, we're here at an AMA, and Milky's going to tell us the 10 reasons why, you know. And
it wasn't just all factual about the project. It was
monotone, like, okay, this is what you do. You know, it was like, hey, oh, that's funny. Hey, what about that? And hey, they'd have questions about, you know, how many tokens or how many NFTs, and then when you could buy them. And a couple of, we had the one question I thought was very important, and I hadn't thought about, is that we have to get new NFTs when you're on a different blockchain, you know, and all that, and how that plays into it. And it was very interactive and fun. So it was great.
Yeah. And it's funny that you slipped there and said token, because we actually talked about potentially pairing the NFTs and paying out in our own token. That's something we discussed at a point in time, but we all agreed that why muddy the waters, why make it more difficult than it needs to be, you know?
Yeah, that's very smart. I'm glad you guys, and that's one thing that I've noticed, and this is just me personally. We probably don't have, everybody thought we ended, and we probably should have, and I could just tell you backstage, cool. but I'm glad that when you guys do these lives, I'm glad that I'm a part of them. I'm glad that we're able to talk about Property Flex. We're talking about other things. We're engaged with the community, and you guys listen to the community when you're talking. And when they have these ideas and they have these things come up, you guys just don't go, oh, that was cool. You know, okay, we're just going to move on. Something else. Oh, yeah, let me think about that. And then you go follow up, and I see it in the Discord and stuff like that. And I see these interactions of things that came up on the lives. And it's like, that's really good stuff, because I think you guys got a great idea. But I think most of the time with great ideas, it's 75% the team and the other 25% is the community. And if you don't listen to that 25%, you guys are really missing out.
Well,
I mean,
not only
you guys
that,
in particular. But
not only that, some of our community members are brilliant. I mean, we have
Right.
some really intelligent people in this community,
and
and
they
it
give that
shines. I mean, it
advice for
shines.
free. They
Yeah.
give it for free.
Correct.
You have
correct.
people that
Yeah.
people that have 6 figures,
Mhm.
8-figure wallets
Yep.
that would stack wallets wherever, and they're giving
Yeah.
that advice to you for free.
Correct.
And it's like, if you're not going to listen, then
We notice that, believe me, we do. We have some really
Oh, yeah.
intelligent members in this community, and people that really care and
yeah.
want to see us succeed at the same time. So, yeah, we've recognized that a long time ago, and you are, that's an astute observation, Chris. To be honest with you, it's bam, we've noticed that. Yeah,
that's great. It's great though. I mean, it's
Yeah.
wonderful. What a great community, huh?
yeah, man. It's awesome to be a part of it.
Oh yeah, man. With that being said, we're gonna wrap it up, guys. We'll see you guys in the Discord, and I always say we'll see you guys on the blockchain. But most importantly, guys, it's been a crazy week, a crazy few days. It always comes down to integrity. And what is the definition of integrity? Doing the right thing when no one's watching you. So as always, do right and fear no man.
Wait.
We'll see. Uh-oh, what happened?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
just got a friend request from says holder of node, says Marshall. I just want to verify because I ain't gonna accept it. I didn't know.
Oh, you're asking.
Oh, you
for
wanted to
some-
make sure it's actually him. Yeah, I
If
got
Marshall, if you're still out there, just wait a few minutes before we end, and if you can.
I would
let me know.
almost assume that it probably is him since he was, in the chat and stuff. But yeah, it's always best to confirm.
Mhm.
Oh, okay. All right. Great. I'm
Good
sorry,
deal.
guys.
There
Didn't mean
you
to
go.
stop it, but
All
I
right,
didn't know
start
what to do.
over. All right, guys. No, but no. As always, guys, we'll see you guys on the blockchain. Thanks for joining us tonight, and we'll see you guys. I think we'll see you guys Sunday. Later.